City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans. At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
I am amazed it lasted this long.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
Holy mother of God.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
There's no positives out of this thing, except for everybody's blood.
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
Oh, my God. Okay, no, this is getting really intense now.
It starts funny and then gets very uncomfortable.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
You couldn't have picked a fucking more self-destructive show.
Yeah, crazier the better, yeah.
What are you, 19?
I'm 19.
Delicious.
You made Springer uncomfortable. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Thank God this show's on radio.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement.
Hey, let's go fucking have a good time. What the fuck?
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's do this. Good morning. We've already done about 40 minutes of radio. Jay Moore's in the studio. And, of course, Jim Norton in the studio.
I certainly am.
And Ronnie B, I think, is going to be walking down that hall any second, too.
Opie in studio.
And I'm in studio. I'm trying to wake the fuck up.
I went to, I normally eat healthy at night. And at like 10:30 last night, me and Colin, I let him talk me into going for pizza. I hadn't had pizza in a year.
Let's go get a pie.
I had pizza, too, last night.
Dude, it was Joe's Pizza in the Village.
Nice, huh?
Oh, my God. I haven't had pizza. I
could eat a whole pie easy, right?
We each had two and left. It was fucking...
2 pieces?
Yeah, 2 slices.
That's
not that bad.
That's a start. So you didn't really eat pizza then?
It was so good, man.
Yeah.
Pizza fucking rules. I haven't had it in so long.
What are you, like an alien?
No, but I know it's great, but...
That was the most innocent thing. There's just pure, sweet innocence out of little Jimmy. Pizza fucking rules.
Like,
It's like you're looking at fucking tits for the first time. Whoa!
Like
I had just
5 years
forgotten-
old or something. Jesus.
But I don't eat pizza that often. Like, I know it's one of my most amazing foods when I eat it.
That was my favorite thing you've ever said.
Thank you.
Pizza, but it was so sincere.
Yeah.
It's so delighted. And believe me, when I'm at the hotel and I look at like the room service menu and I can't make up my mind, my wife will just go, pizza party? And I'm like, as soon as it's said, you have to do it.
Pizza party.
Yeah,
You get
pizza's so
fucking
good,
raised
man.
to come up and you fold the 2 slices on top of each
Oh,
other.
nice.
And you can't put enough garlic on that shit.
no.
Joe's?
Joe's, you have to go by the pie. They're amazing.
No slices.
That's
Is
not
Joe's
ju-
better?
I don't know.
There's John's down
John's,
there.
I'm sorry.
John's is
Oh, no,
no
John's
slice.
is like the second best pizza joint in all of New York. I think there's one that beats him out in Brooklyn.
Yeah, John's.
I know what you're talking
Patsy's.
about. And how did you only get 2 slices? You have to order
I
a
just
pie.
eat at the cellar. No, this is Joe's. You can get by the slice.
Wait, did you go to Joe's or John's?
We went to Joe's. John's around the corner.
Oh, okay,
What the
okay.
fuck, you fucking Disney fucking
You were
Joe's
that
and
close to
John's.
John's and didn't go to John's?
We didn't want a whole pie, I think, and we were...
Throw the rest out. Who gives a fuck? Give it to the homeless guy.
plus, my car had to be moved by 11. I was on McDougal Street in one of those spots. It was 10:35. If I said to Kyle, you want to ride home?
Your pizza eating sucks.
No, my pizza eating was phenomenal.
You only get 2 slices and you have to hurry up because your car might get towed.
Colin was he's like, I'm gonna. He decided to go for pizza. I'm like, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
And no, I was only gonna have one. He goes, let's get it to go, so we could just walk. Because if I stay, I'll have 2. But then I kind of
What do you want to walk and talk like newlyweds? Like
Yeah.
Long walks to the village with pizza. Dislikes cars being towed. That was almost Colin. I'm not up to it yet. Almost cars being towed.
Ronnie B.
Hey, look, Bonnie, the new Bonnie, the new director's
Ronnie.
here.
What's up, Ronnie? We're talking about Jimmy's pizza eating.
I really just rediscovered pizza last night. I haven't had it in a long time.
But he said, what did he say,
great.
Jay? How did he say it?
He goes, pizza's fucking awesome. It's true. It really is.
Yeah, but he's 40-something years old.
I've eaten it my whole life, but I just haven't had. You don't have something in a while, and then you have it again, and you're like, Jesus Christ, I forgot.
Where'd you get it from?
Joe's on
Either Joe's or John's.
on 6th Avenue, right there. In the,
Oh, yeah.
Joe's.
But he was right next to John's and didn't go to John's.
Joe's is good though.
John's
Joe's
is
good.
ridiculous.
Joe's is.
What about Jeff's?
Jeff's is terrible.
Hey-o.
Geoff. No good.
But just admit that we don't have good pizza in Manhattan
No, we
anymore.
don't.
What?
It fucking blows.
No, I disagree.
No, you got to go to the outskirts. Ronnie B's right. You got to go down the
There's
village.
no Italians left. There's
You gotta
no
go down to
Italians left in
you
New
gotta
York
go over
City.
the bridge to Brooklyn.
You know, Anthony Bourdain says all the chefs and all the places, it's all like Central American people anyway.
Mm-hmm. Ronnie's right.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
village you
Will.
can get good
Thanks for-
pizza, though.
He just had awesome pizza, and you agreed with him the whole time.
That's
and
what-
then, like,
it's
someone,
turned- everything's
then someone
turned
cooler
now.
walks in.
No, it's
it's
not
like
like
the
that.
fucking playground. You're trying to, like.
When Ronnie says,
here comes a fifth grader. Yeah, pizza stinks. You're right.
you got to go on the outskirts of Manhattan. I'll give it. The outskirts of Manhattan still have it.
I think
Spanish
Jersey
Harlem?
has better pizza.
Spanish Harlem and Wall Street.
There you go. Perfect.
What are you talking about?
That's perfect.
I will say this: my pizza eating experience was not to be sullied. It was fantastic.
But he had to rush his pizza eating because his car was going to be towed at 11.
Yeah, so me and Dummy just stood there and ate fucking
Dummy
two
is what-
slices each.
How great would it be if he just went Colin?
Colin's on top of the world today after a special the other night.
I saw it.
I didn't see the aired special.
Yeah.
It was, look, the trailers look great.
Yeah, it was terrific.
He was wearing a purple shirt.
On YouTube, the clips I saw, I was like it was just a little. It was good, but not like. And I'm the biggest Colin fan in the world, so I hope it was as great as I'm wishing.
I saw him shoot one night, and it was fantastic.
I saw the clip where he says, everywhere the Jews go, they get kicked out of. He goes, that's why shalom means hello and goodbye. He's like, hey, how you doing? Shalom. All right, we'll be out here in a minute.
I was watching the whole thing going, I can't wait till he gets to the United States. I'm so excited when he gets to us, the United States.
It took forever, Ron.
It did. It took a long time.
Way
It was a
too
long
long.
special. It's not an hour special. It was like, what, hour 20?
I think it was
Really?
about hour
Yeah.
20.
I never even heard of that.
Hour and
Well,
20.
because
yeah,
it's
the
more
old
like
school.
a play.
No,
it's
it-
more like
Pizza's fucking delicious.
Pizza's great. It could be a great opener for you.
Yeah, that's how they used to do. Pryor's special was like an hour 18. The great live
The
in
one,
concert.
the best hour
from Long
recorded.
Beach ever. Yeah. But they always used to be over an hour, and then they became an hour just because I guess that was HBO's schedule and was easier for them.
The whole thing, when you see like old Pryor or you listen to old like Pryor albums, the thing I always say Carlin is the best to me, is like the best of all times, because there's no like real pieces of shit in the bunch. There's some you don't like more than others. But like with Pryor, there's like 4 albums where he's just talking fucking heroin gibberish, and everyone in the audience is like, "Oh shit, you crazy!"
They were, but it's probably because they were Laugh Records. They were released probably by different ones than Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
He had the ones where he did like like That Nigger's Crazy and This Is Something I Said, and then he had the ones like The Wizard of Comedy, which was a Laugh Record one. Like there were other ones that they kind of compiled things. I
But
think.
he got the hour, like lighting yourself on fire, shooting the car. It sounds like a Metallica set list, like smoking crack. Like, I shot my car. And it made sense to me because my wife was going to leave me. And I said, not this motherfucker, you ain't. Like, like he got the greatest hour. Like, he got 16 ounces of water into a 14-ounce glass. Like, there's no improvement.
Oh, I see. Like extra water. Now I get it.
That's extra talent I just threw at you. Look, Ron, let me tell you, you're wrong about pizza.
No, I'm with you guys
Come
on
in
the
here.
pizza thing. Should have had a salad with it, though. It was really nice.
How long did it take you to eat the pizza, Jimmy? 5 minutes?
Not that long. No,
His pizza eating sucks.
No, well,
you
with
got to
Jimmy.
sit down and enjoy yourself.
Fuck that.
You got to get a whole pie.
Rushed. I get a whole pie. It
Get
takes
a
me
whole
about-
pie.
Takes me about 5 minutes. Look at my gut, Opie.
I hadn't had it in a while. It was so fucking. It was a perfect crust. It was crisp and it was like leaking out. It was like the drippy pizza. And then Colin got another one and I had to go with him. And I had a nice fucking ice cold Diet Coke.
Nice.
Plenty of aspartame for my gums and brain.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Really a good experience.
And this was after Columbus.
No, this was after the cellar. I did spot the cellar last time. I went down to the Comedy Cellar.
Wait,
And-
you flew home from Columbus yesterday morning?
Yes.
And then went to the cellar to
Yes.
do more comedy, even though you had 5 sold-out shows in Columbus.
Yes. I want to work
That's
on
a work ethic, sir.
Yeah, I did. It was great spots in Columbus, but I want to work on and add some stuff to my act. I'm so sick of my fucking voice. I want to just do new material now.
Yeah, but you did 5 sold-out shows.
Sure, it's great.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
You know what it is? You get.
I do enjoy it, but it's my job.
Yeah, but the thing that you forget is that that's like a real battle. Is like you got to go out there and do your second show, and you're like, "Fuck! I just said all this shit, and I'm so tired of it." And you have to like really psych yourself up. Like, "Oh, wait a minute! They've never heard this before."
Right.
Like that's that's the high wire act of not slitting my fucking throat on the road.
And you got to make believe you're saying it for the first time.
Yeah, that's the whole game. Is I'm making
sure
this up.
is.
I'm going to be at Gotham tomorrow night. You coming by?
I'll go.
It's late for you though.
Why are you going to Gotham?
Just
to work out some shit?
To fucking make a living.
Yeah, you're off on Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll fucking go. That's right.
Get some pizza after.
We're going to get some pizza.
I know a
Ryan,
place.
some Chelsea gay pizza.
Chelsea gay pizza.
Chelsea gay pizza.
Chelsea gay pizza.
I was on Watch What Happens Live last night. Let's see if I can get some fucking gays now.
There you
I'm
go.
always saying, where the fuck are my gays? Like Kathy Griffin, all these people.
She's got plenty of them.
Where are my gays at? And I'm like, where? You know, I'm
need a
wearing
few
an Hermes
gays?
scarf with that white jacket you saw me
yeah,
walking
you
a
look really
teacup
great.
Yorkie. Like, how much gay could I be?
Open with Chelsea pizza. That can be your bet.
Chelsea gay pizza.
The whole punchline is
Dripping out
just,
of the crust.
do you have half slices? And then fucking everyone goes crazy.
Because a full slice is too matchy-matchy.
Too much.
It's just
too
much.
much.
Too matchy-matchy.
What do you have to do to get the gay audience? Because they are phenomenally a good audience. They go
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
They're
I don't
loyal,
know.
right? I think they're loyal too, Jay.
I think you have to dish more. Like you got to really spill it on
Stay
people.
stay on page 6. Don't get off the fucking page 6.
Yeah, I went to. I'm trying, but my
sing
wife
some
and I are
Liza.
very dull in a great way. Like
Yeah.
we lay in bed, watch Law and Order. We don't cheat, and we don't drink. We just fucking hang out.
Way to drop in Law and Order since you.
Oh no, not even.
No,
because
it's
of
smart though. It's good because it's all over.
He's-
You're playing Charlie Sheen on Law and Order. Everybody's talking about it.
Duh.
Spin off, and there's
He
a lot.
killed-
There's talk about you replacing Regis.
that. What?
Yeah,
Well,
It's out there. It's out there.
it
Jay.
is.
There was talk of me replacing Charlie Sheen 3 years ago. Don Imus told me. Oh, by the way, he goes, I fucking love those guys.
Yeah.
And I go, you're
we
there's
don't-
fucking mics everywhere.
We don't know why he's obsessed with us.
I don't know why he likes me so much.
I met him once, and now I can't get rid of him.
He goes, those guys did a thing for me. Those motherfuckers are so goddamn funny, man.
Oh, I know why. Because we're one of the only radio shows that fucking stood up for him.
Yeah.
He's like
Supported him.
what's weird
I'm
about-
sure Ronnie did too, but
No.
when he's on
You didn't.
Fox Business Channel.
I thought he went too far.
I realized as I was saying that we had another big radio show in the
You know,
studio.
I thought he went too far. I just thought, nappy was such an awful word. I have a niece who's nappy, and I just,
you know what? I didn't even know that. So
Yeah.
If I've said it around you, I'm sorry.
you have a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
But if she's a niece, it could have been that she was tired.
That's true, nappy.
She's happy. It's clever, not funny. It's clever.
No, it is. I like it.
Perfect. So that was perfect, Jay.
I got a
Beautiful.
bizarre random fucking Opie
Yeah.
Anthony soundboard message.
Yeah, don't put any.
I did it.
Yeah.
It's fucking deep.
Because last week you were doing great by just going blind, and then you fucking put the thing to know
But
what
how
it
do I
was.
switch the channel to a whole different thing?
Danny or somebody else will
No,
fucking do it.
no. We're
Not
all right.
yet, but later.
Danny.
All you do is hit the.
Danny
bank
was on it
select.
like an IT guy. He was running over there so quick.
Now, Charlie Sheen, fucking rolling, Ronnie, blew me off. I could have went to the Charlie Sheen show last
You know
night.
why?
I heard it was
'Cause
phenomenal.
he knows your allegiance is with Fez.
That's what it has to be.
I heard it fucking killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he fucking bombed on Friday.
Fuck, who gives a shit? Last night he kills Daryl Strawberry and James Lipton went on stage with him. It's like, what? Who put fucking angel dust in my Diet Coke at the concession stand where I'm sitting here watching fucking James Lipton, Daryl Strawberry on stage with Charlie Sheen, and he's fucking killing. And the Knicks come back from fucking 20 down and they pull shit out in a meaningless game. What the fuck is going on? Look at the game tape.
Look, I would have a full report, but Roland took some NyQuil was his excuse, and he fell asleep at what 3 in the afternoon and just woke up.
I took some NyQuil for a couple years.
Yeah, but I was sitting around all day waiting for my Roland call because he said, "Yeah, we're going to Charlie Sheen. I got a hookup." Where is he? Because now he's hiding. Because I could have had a full report today.
He didn't want you to come with him.
Danny, will you pull up Tracy Morgan, Doug Flutie? Have you guys seen that?
No.
What?
Somebody's interviewing. I just screamed, "Look at the game tape," and it's from Tracy Morgan. Somebody's interviewing him, and in the middle of the interviewer goes, "Yeah, you got to look at the game tape." And Tracy, like, great psychosis. There's no switch. You don't see the person change. And Tracy's like, "How the fuck you going to be great if you don't study greatness?" And the guy goes, "You got to look at the game tape." And Tracy just becomes like a high school football coach. He goes, "Look at the game tape."
No, I
Put some pads on somebody. I don't give a fuck if it's your own teammate. I swear to God, Daryl Benelli, if you pull that Doug Flutie shit again. And he goes through this whole thing. I don't know if you guys get. I mean, it's something you might become obsessed with.
Before we play this, he did this during the virus tour while comedians were on stage trying to do their act.
Doing the high school football
right
coach?
behind the fucking curtain.
What a fucking tool.
I forgot who was
what
on
a wealthy
stage,
tool.
but they walked off really pissed
What a
off.
more successful than me jerk.
Because you can hear Tracy Morgan entertaining everyone backstage.
All right, well, then never mind. I stink.
Is the football coach that only has one ball?
He just gets obsessed with Daryl Bernelli through a fucking Hail Mary.
He added
we might have won the game if it wasn't for goddamn Doug Flutie. I said 23 dive right and get back in the huddle.
No, he added that to it because, for his character. His character has one ball and is dying of ball cancer, and that's why the team has to win.
I swear to God, the really like great psychosis, you don't see any switch. When
They used to tell cats, join in. Join in.
Break up the tension.
No, you
Stand
said,
up.
no, you used to say it.
and everyone disagreed with him.
Chemistry.
No.
Like you used to want blend. If you see me doing this, play the air guitar. Blend in with it.
Go in your mind in details.
Flow with it.
Learn how to study. Do your homework. I always tell y'all, do your homework. Get footage. How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness?
Flow with it. Now look at game tape.
Look at the game tape. Hit somebody, goddammit. I don't give a fuck if it's your own teammate. Lay some pads on somebody. I swear to God, Daryl Benelli, if you start that Doug Flutie shit again, and when I call 23 dive, call a goddamn play. I didn't say Hail Mary. You ain't Doug Flutie. You ain't Doug Flutie. Stop that Doug Flutie shit, Darnell, Daryl Benelli. Just call the goddamn play and get in the huddle.
Okay.
What's the Doug Flutie shit, man? The two back to the goddamn 3-hole. That's all I said. And I said cold timeout.
Guard tackle, square block out.
That's all I said. Stop the Doug Flutie.
They're not yes men at
Cut
all.
the Doug Flutie shit out. Okay? It's not Doug Flutie. We might have won the game if it wasn't for Doug Flutie. If it wasn't for goddamn Doug Flutie.
Hey, yo, listen.
Is that what he did at the virus show?
No, he becomes the old high school football coach with one ball.
Look at the game
That's different.
tape.
That's different.
And those guys are sitting around him like Sonny and Red and Joe Esposito, just fucking loving every
Yeah, you
joke.
had to do some karate, Elvis.
That was good, Elvis. That was fucking good, Elvis.
Yeah, why don't you go up to your bedroom, watch some surveillance tape of your guests? It's like visiting.
Now we go to Roland. Roland.
Yes.
You let me down yesterday. I was waiting for the phone call. I figured the Masters are over. I'm going to get the phone call from Roland.
What a
And I'm gonna
Masters gentleman, huh?
And I'm going to go see Charlie Sheen with
What a
my friend
Masters.
Roland.
Between you two, I got sick during the weekend.
What are you talking about?
I don't like when people
Jimmy
say.
was sick.
How do you know I got
well,
you
then
sick?
aren't I sick?
And why are you not sick today?
I'm stuffed up, but I've been taking NyQuil all week.
Yeah, but you're not
You
stuffed.
told girls
Did you go to the show, though?
No,
You
I
weren't
was asleep.
You weren't sick enough to blow off Charlie Sheen. You never had tickets to Charlie
You tell
Sheen.
drunk old ladies you're Louis De Palma.
No, I was delivered. Your wife's peach slop gives me the trots.
Riga.
I have not once she had delivered.
Not even a phone call.
I was asleep.
The whole day?
Yeah, NyQuil.
What time did you fall asleep?
Around noon.
You've been asleep since noon.
Something's wrong with this story.
Well, I woke up noon. I woke up again around 7:30 and I took another shot.
That's as good as pizza.
Thank you.
You've been. You never saw Shane.
You didn't wake up once to think maybe
I
I
woke
was
up
wondering
around
if we're going to
7:30
Charlie Sheen.
Around 7:30, took another shot and then pass up.
I wanted to give a
This
full
story's
report on this
bullshit.
dumb show.
Here's the thing, too.
I never let him down. Name me once. Another time I let you down.
Last
I didn't-
night.
Yeah, that's it. It only takes one.
It only
What do you
takes
think? A
one.
rapist ever fucking says, I just did it
Right.
once?
He gave me the new Paul Reiser.
It's just a
Yes.
tip?
Here's the deal. He gave me the new Paul Reiser show to check out, so that's not letting me down. But not having tickets to Charlie Sheen.
Do you see Gervais though?
How's that not
I
letting
saw
you down?
Gervais.
I liked it.
I did. I thought it was great. I was surprised how much I liked it.
We were supposed to go to Charlie.
I'll make it up to you. I
Do
apologize.
you like the cartoon show he does on HBO?
I haven't seen it.
I would like it. I like. The thing I don't like is the cartoons. Like, the stories are so fucking great. I
don't
wish
need
I was
to
watching
animate 'em?
three guys tell these stories instead of the animation.
Right.
Well, Carl is just an amazing character.
Did you see he had a buddy of his had headphones on, his real tall friend,
Merchant, Stephen Merchant.
I think it was him. He had his
Pretty funny
headphones
guy,
on.
too.
He was listening to like the Smiths, and he had his eyes closed, and he was jerking off in his bedroom. And when he woke up, his mother had put fucking cookies next to the bed. He fucking blew a load of jizz all over himself. Not when he woke up. When he was done jerking off, he looked over. There was like fucking there's fresh biscuits. Like he was just fucking with his eyes closed. And his mother came in and just shut shit down next to him and left.
You met Emilio Estevez was last night too. He came out on stage with him.
No.
Yeah. It was fucking amazing.
I was surprised that they said Martin was there too. I'm like, why would he be a part of that?
They did a fucking Men at Work tribute when they they did 3 scenes from the old Men at Work. They came out with trash cans, and you fucked it up, dude.
I can't believe we
Way
didn't
to
go to
go,
Charlie.
You made Opie miss Emilio Estevez.
That was going to be my big thing today.
Emilio and Carlos together again.
How can you get Charlie in here? That would be making it up.
Yeah,
What hotel is he staying at? Well, just call 5 hotels that he'd be staying at.
He's playing
not named the plaza.
at the
he's
Trump.
out
He's
now.
staying at the Trump place.
Call him up.
He's probably under a different name.
You slept since
Probably
noon.
not.
When
He's
did
the
you
type
wake
of
up?
maniac to be like, get someone up here, let him call, man.
Like 9.
Good impression.
Shot and passed
Jimmy
out.
does it great.
He woke up at 9,
passed
conveniently.
I don't know.
Right in the middle of the Charlie Sheen show,
I don't
so it's
know.
too late to call me.
That's true.
The whole story, something's going on.
So
What did
something
Daryl
fishy?
Strawberry do on
Yeah.
stage last night? See, I would have the answer to all this. Why
Everybody chanted Daryl at him, and he started crying and ran off. He tried to do a set.
Is there a better Is there a better heckle in the history of fucking sports than just Daryl?
It's your own name.
Oh my god. Is there? Can you think of a better one? I mean, when David Justice came to bat in the division championship series at Yankee Stadium, he just got caught cheating with a hooker on Halle Berry. And I'm always obsessed with how do 40,000 fucking people get a chant at the same time without the scoreboard going, "Hey ho, let's go," and everyone just starts going, "Halle Berry." And then, like, the next inning, Manny's hitless. And I'm going, holy shit, Manny's 0 for 18 in the series. Like, how the fuck does that happen?
That's funny.
Like, who started, your name is Daryl.
It's texting. They're fucking texting each other.
Oh,
It's the
Ronnie.
internet.
It was before the texting, Ronnie.
That's
They
true.
were able to figure it out without the phones.
That's true.
Which makes it more amazing. All right, Roland, you let me down. What can
Jimmy,
I tell
did you get any toppings on your pizza?
I did not. I put. You know what? I'm very
Little red
dry
pepper?
today. No. I don't believe in that. I had a little salt on it, which I normally wouldn't do.
Because the cheese doesn't have enough of that for you.
That's not normal. It's very abnormal for me to add salt. As everyone knows, I never add salt. Everyone just knows it about me. I don't do it.
Likes long walks in the village with pizza. Dislikes salt.
Yeah, but I'm very dry. I had a splitting head. I didn't sleep well at all. I just kept waking up.
You haven't been sleeping well in a long time.
I literally had, because I slept when I got home from the flight yesterday. I saw a video over the weekend. It's been giving me nightmares.
Why do this to yourself?
I don't know.
Rich Voss live at Gotham. Look at the black chick checking me out.
He watches the sickest shit.
I
There's
can't do
very,
it.
very bad
Which
stuff.
one did you see?
Just Mexican cartel murders. Why would anybody fuck with those guys? They're the scariest people on the planet.
You want a good night's sleep? Watch The Real Housewives of New York or something. That'll put you to sleep. Not this cartel shit.
I literally just kept waking up thinking about them.
Why would you watch that?
Why? Like they're gonna come in your fancy
No,
doorman
I wasn't
apartment?
having nightmares about them. I
I know,
just,
you me home? You me home? We got to you me home?
I just kept waking up.
What were they doing to these gentlemen?
They've just been beheading people.
You love the beheading.
I don't love them.
I've never seen a beheading on the YouTube.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. This one, the guy was hanging upside down naked, and I imagine the way what happens is
funny already.
The rival cartels are trying to out macabre each other, and they fucking the guy's alive. They cut his dick off while he's alive, and then they behead him. It's the fucking worst thing I've ever seen. I saw it before the Saturday second show. I almost couldn't do my show. It bothered me so much I couldn't leave the hotel. It was horrible.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's terrible.
You're a fucking maniac.
It's terrible.
That's no way to prepare.
And then you
for
went
your
on
comedy
stage
show.
and you and
I did my show.
Did you think about it during your show?
Yes. Oh, it was awful.
You're a lefty? Mexican cartel. Mexican cartel. He's beheading the real lefty. You're a lefty?
Oh, God, it was disturbing, man. Fucking horrible.
That's fucked.
It's like a life changer.
Ronnie, you watched any of that stuff?
No, I don't, but
Good for you.
I would seriously tell those guys I pay them back in 2 days. What fucking does it do? They cut off my head. I'm telling you, I get the fucking money back at the hotel. No, the money isn't here. I'm here to discuss the deal, and that's it. Then another guy's going to come in.
You go, Roland completely fucked this up for us, guys.
Fucking Roland.
I was here to tell you.
I was taking NyQuil. I didn't believe
a
a fucking bit of that story, though, did you? Well, he's living a double life.
Well,
I think he is too.
When Roland,
I don't disagree with Ronnie.
When Roland tells me things, I go, "Is this going to be in the book of lies by Roland, or is this true?"
Right.
I have to
Are there
call
more
him
than
out.
that? Is that a common thing?
Roland is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I question some of the things he tells me.
Roland,
so I go, "Is this going to be in the Roland book of lies, or is this a real thing?"
Roland's a great booker, horrendous human. Like
and a horrible friend, obviously.
He'll get you like
Who goes to asleep at noon, knowing that someone's waiting for a phone call.
He gets us great guests, and then you'll say, "What about so and so?" He'll be like, Roland is good because he understands. He doesn't want us to blow people up on the air. He's smart, so he'll like tell us like, "Hey, we were supposed to get fucking Charlie Sheen snap, but he had to fly. His rep just called me. It's like it's 6 a.m. No one just called you. No, he's on a plane." He just knows. He just diffuses everything.
That shit brings me to like physical violence when people talk that way.
But the way he talks,
like when they just have pull shit out of thin air. Like, yeah, you know, the thing is that's the deal.
But if he doesn't do that, we blow it up on the air, and we never like. He's in a tough position because we're a very self-destructive show.
We haven't been.
How do you
bad
figure?
lately.
Just in general, I'm saying.
We've been pretty good lately.
Yeah. But we're the fucking boyfriend that's always getting our ass kicked at the bar, and he's just trying to get us out of there.
What was the last one we blew up?
Oh, I don't even know. But, you know, I mean, in general, he's just looking out.
Didn't you show Norm Macdonald the door to get a...
No. Norm was leaving.
He wasn't leaving. That was the funny part about that day. He just wandered around.
I want to hang out.
As we're trying to get Brock Lesnar.
Sports show about hoarding.
You know, nobody threw Norm out.
He wandered around.
He was standing here taking photos. I just asked him to take the photo right outside.
I only go by what the message boards say.
Oh, they're usually right.
Yeah.
Well, he did get you 11 minutes with Sinbad the other day. Where in the middle of talking to Sinbad, you're like, Sinbad has to leave.
We just started.
Are you
Why
serious?
bother?
Yes.
Oh, you weren't here for that?
I was like, wow, Ronnie's so fucking funny, man. I swear to God.
God
when
damn
you
it,
said
Opie.
that,
Keep it quiet.
yeah. When you said that, I was like, fuck, Ronnie's funny. And Opie's
Sinbad's
like,
going to go. Sinbad has to leave.
Ronnie was sitting in.
If you're bald-headed on Monday.
Jay, listen to this. So
I like Sinbad.
It was great, man. It was a fun interview.
No, Ronnie
is great.
Ronnie's sitting in. Fucking Sinbad is late, so we finally get him in. We're just getting started. He has to go.
We had 15
It was the
minutes,
fucking
man.
weirdest thing ever.
And Sinbad was naming names. I couldn't believe that
Yeah,
he
he
brought
was-
up the fucking who was doing the coke.
He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was
He was
great.
ready to go.
Where did he have to go to?
Bunch of other interviews.
But shows that mean nothing right
And did you
here.
say you
Shady.
were
He had to go to
fucking-
Shady.
You were late. Oh, man. Backspin. Beat Street Breakdown. Yo, we're here at our man Sinbad. Holla, son.
That's a good song, too. Beat Street Breakdown.
I wouldn't let you down, Jimmy.
Fucking from Beat Street.
Little
I don't
Yimmy
know if I
Norton.
know
Yo,
that
I
one.
paint 3 of them murals for some of that ass. Yo, what's up with your girlfriend? What's up with her?
That was like the real breakdance movie where like breaking was for fags. Beat Street was for the one who really understood breaking.
Whoa, Jimmy. Ozone?
That's the way they look at it. I like Ozone and Pop and fucking Turbo. I like both.
And Ice-T was in it.
Was he?
He was the DJ at the house party. I just like, first of all, there's always a rec center that needs to be saving. I've never seen a rec center in real life in my life. And third of all, and fifth of all, there's always like some classically, it's like the Crossroads where like fucking Ralph Macchio just goes in there and does like fucking Mozart on his guitar. There's always like some girl that does like the fucking splits and the reverse handstand. They're like, whoa, she got crazy mad moves. Because she does like real ballet.
Right.
Did they get the money for the rec center though? That's the important thing.
They did in,
Always do at the
in Break Into Electric Boogaloo.
Right. They get it.
Not in Mannequin 2 On the Move, they didn't. And not Arthur 2 On the Rocks.
Well, also in Beat Street, obviously Ramon died, and that changed everything.
Yeah.
Not to spoil it.
Here comes Roland down the hall again.
I got it, TiVo. Don't fuck this up.
I think Roland's coming with proof now.
Where'd the guy go that was at the fucking Charlie Sheen show? That guy.
I was going to go to him. He couldn't wait around. Now, what has Roland got? He's got papers
I
now.
have a photo of him asleep. It's time-stamped from yesterday.
Is he coming in?
No.
Yeah, he is.
I just said no because I didn't have an answer.
All right, you got papers. What do you got now?
Here's his papers.
Thank you.
When we were kids, we had and you have like a fort in the woods. And
Yeah, sorry.
You get all your Playboys in there.
Yeah, of course.
and we had this one
And the
kid,
Beggs.
like Louis Caberson. He was like rolling, and Billy Marolis' mom came out. You don't remember any of the names. One of them sent him and said, "I know you guys got Playboys in here," and we're like, "We don't." Like, look around. We hit him on this giant fucking rock. And she goes, "All right, then I apologize." A mom said this. "Then I apologize." And Louis Caberson pulls the rock back. He goes, "There's nothing under here but a bunch of papers."
He did not do that.
Why would I make that up?
What an idiot.
Nothing under here but a bunch of papers.
That was always the problem, though. Where were you supposed to hide? The only reason why you had a fort is because you had some skin magazines.
Sure.
But then it's not like there's a fucking closet in there. You're just like, now what do we do?
You buried them, but you
It's
put them in
just full
bags or
walls,
something.
open air. There's no roof.
Plastic bags. What's wrong with you guys?
Plastic bags.
Plastic bags.
We're getting lumber from the new houses. There was always that fucking thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The development, we called it.
We're going down to the development.
Oh, yeah.
You
got some good supplies for the tree fort, though.
Oh, man.
If
we
you're
got-
brave enough.
Before they lay the concrete, there's those bizarre fucking trenches you can run around in.
Right.
Fuck yeah. Running all the basements.
Those were the days.
Well, remember
Just
when it
in all
would
the
rain, there'd
holes
be
that are
fucking water down there, and like they would tell you a kid drowned.
Yeah.
A kid drowned here last year.
Yeah.
Stay out.
Anything to keep you away.
Last year.
But last year to you when you're like 5 was like forever.
Last year was just a berm.
Jay, before we start today's radio show, we got to get all the stuff we talked about before the show out there to the people. Could you tell the Davy Mack story to Ronnie B?
Dave McDonald. I'm driving back from
Because
Jersey.
Ronnie knows Davy just a little bit.
I'm driving back from my folks' house during that show he does. Saturday Night. What is it called?
Sam and Dave.
Well, what night is it? What does
It's
it
a Saturday night
night.
get together. It's called Sam and Dave's Saturday Night Get Together.
And I put it on, and Dave's telling the story, and he said every year at Easter, his mom makes him and his brothers and the cousins dress up and do an Easter egg hunt on their lawn. Do you know about this? Oh, so he already knows it.
But the people don't.
Oh,
And then
But
they
the
don't
people
know.
knew.
And they don't know your
they
take
know.
on
The judges, they didn't know.
Yeah, who knows
they
what
knew?
happened with them?
Who knows?
They don't know
people.
your take on it either.
So Davy Mack's brothers and him, the mom though makes them dress in pajamas so she can squint and make believe they're just toddlers looking for Easter eggs. But his house is exactly across the street from a church, so people are like coming out of. And there's no wall or fence, so it's just like church steps, street, and the McDonald's lawn. So people are like praising the resurrection of Christ, and they come out of a building, and there's 5 fucking grown men in pajamas looking for Easter eggs.
Redheaded weirdos,
Like it's
all
Cuckoo's
pasty.
Nest. And Dave goes on air. I'm like, 2 things happened this weekend with your fucking channel where I was the guy that goes, I almost fucking crashed my car listening to you guys. And Davy Mack goes, and every year I come in last place at this fucking Easter egg, and he's getting like more and more amped up. And Sam goes, you're a 33, 35-year-old man. How can you fucking lose an Easter egg hunt? It's your house. You know where all the eggs are. He goes, my brother did cross country. And he goes, yeah, but it's a yard. You're not running through the fucking Adirondacks. It's not like you're going from fucking West Virginia to whatever.
Holy shit.
And he goes, he's just quick. And every year I go, fuck, why don't I fucking remember there's always one under the grill? I had to call in and go, what the fuck are you talking about? And he just retold the story again. Him and his brother. I said, you should just. Oh, and then he got crazy angry because the priest across the street keeps coming over to their house and telling them to be quiet. And he goes, there's no way our fucking shenanigans are going through fucking brick wall. I go, in all fairness, if I know Davy Mack, he's yelling, cunt fuck, cunt fuck, cunt fuck. And during
Right.
someone's fucking confirmation hearing. And he said the priest came over once and told them all to get off the roof.
I wish
and
I heard
I'm
this.
like, whose roof? And he's like, our roof. He said he's going to call the city and tear us down. I go, what kind of maniac is living in Crowley? Like this
And what
guy-
does the mom hide the eggs on the roof?
No, they were just up there like grab ass, and
Fucking
the priest came
weirdos.
across the street and said, "Get off the roof!" And it's like it's our roof. And he's like, he's on their lawn, telling them get off the roof. And then I was like, I've been on the phone 18 minutes. This is like what a crazy person does.
That's a great story.
His house down there, it looks like he like grew up in a fucking bed and breakfast too. I mean, he's like from the Hotel New Hampshire. It's really, really nice.
Yeah,
Really?
His family's
Silver Lake?
nice. Yeah.
So what happened to him?
He was the fucking last one. He was the last fucking kid.
That's always
When
the
they
case.
go, fuck it, just let him go out. Who
Yeah,
cares?
and then he also drowned as a kid, and I think that fucked him up. They didn't lock the gate, and he fell into Spring Lake
last year.
Right,
A kid drowned.
kid drowned.
How long was he drowning for?
Well, he was dead. I mean, he was technically fucking dead. He was a fucking blue baby, yeah. So everything that happened to him was just like a lack of oxygen.
And he's blue to this day. If you
Yeah,
look,
he is.
If
He's
you look
gets
close
very
enough,
blue.
he's still blue to this day.
Oh, I wish he'd come off the elevator right now.
If he's in the wrong fucking chair in here, he'll get windburned from the air conditioning. His skin is so sensitive.
And his child's like 5. His daughter's like 5 years old.
I don't know how old
Yeah,
it
we
is.
try to not pay attention. It's too depressing.
He's a fucking wreck. And all the tattoos you guys made him get. Lucky Boy.
You got Lucky Boy tattoo.
And that's what you get in prison if you're a kid fucker, right?
No, I just made that up, though. I just told him that was the thing. Then later, just to have him get upset. Let's get Sopranos tattoos, too.
We got to do this again. Jordan just writes, "My brother did cross country" is the greatest punchline ever.
Yeah, why are you
Well, the
losing
rest
your-
of
My
the
brother did
rest of
cross-country.
the rest of the family are like big achievers. They're like the little Lebowskis.
Oh,
They're doing great shit, you know.
So he's doing well as
His
a
brother
blue
went
baby.
to his brother went to his brother went to Dartmouth. That's what he said too. He goes, and my other brother went to Dartmouth. Like I don't have a chance at this Easter egg hunt. And Sam, who I've never heard be that like coherent and sharp, was I'll give him credit. The kid was right on it, going, that's not an excuse for losing an Easter egg hunt at 33 years old. And he goes, well, my other brother went to Dartmouth.
Jesus,
And
that's
every
funny.
year I think, fuck, why don't I check under the grill?
That's fucking funny.
And I said, why don't you just write it down now?
Holy shit.
Grill, bushes, like places it would be in your own home. And
put it on your hand, right?
His mom was like sneak a $5 into some of the plastic eggs too. So there's big money out there.
There's a 6 egg. I'm sorry, I forgot this part. There's a 6 egg limit. So his brothers get all 6 eggs, and the mom, the dad, and the whole family just sit there, watch Dave go back and forth across the yard because he's only got 2. He's so fucking stupid. And
They're in their 30s.
They just sit there with their 6 eggs. Yay!
This would be the greatest reality show ever.
Oh my god!
This would be.
And fucking Dave's like, where the fuck is it? And then the priest comes across the street and goes, could you please keep it down? Where's Charlie Sheen go next?
Who gives a fuck?
You think he makes it out of Florida?
Actually,
We didn't think he would make it out of New York. Every other show is a good one, I guess. which
Yeah,
is-
he adjusts for some reason.
Yeah.
Something's bad, he adjusts.
Yes, Roddy. Sorry.
He shouldn't. First of all, I'll go back to the Charlie Sheen. He should never adjust. The fact that he tries to be professional ruins it for
Yeah.
me. He should just come out there fucking crazy. You know, he should come out with a fucking fire extinguisher and just hit the first row and fuck you people and go nuts. Yeah, just go crazy. Stop trying to act like I need to readjust this act.
Nice shirt.
Thank you.
I forgot we were supposed to wear our Springsteen fucking shirts today, Roddy. Remember?
I didn't listen. I didn't listen.
No,
sweat my balls off.
well,
Talking about
fucking. I was.
Davey Mack made me sweat. I was laughing.
I was
so hard.
supposed to go. No, maybe if Justin.
Are you really pissed off? You missed Charlie
I
Sheen?
wanted to check it out so I could tell you guys about it. Someone had to.
you know
You
what?
could have got a ticket there.
I
They were
think
still
it-
tickets
Fuck.
available.
I was waiting for Roland.
I think if it was the 4
And
guys,
then I
in
got
this-
lazy.
the 4 guys in this room, if we were at a sold-out Radio City, 6,000 people, right, around, me, Jimmy, Ronnie,
It
and
wasn't sold out though.
But if the 4 of us went, we could have turned that whole fucking place around with like well-timed, like this sucks,
Right. We would know when to throw that in.
Boring.
We've heard it enough. We know when to fucking throw that
We
shit
would have
in.
been. We really could have taken. We
We could have made it hurt.
We could have really turned that whole fucking place around.
Hey, really quick, just in case he's listening, Justin Stengel from Letterman's show.
Yes.
He was tweeting live on Friday's show. I want to, if he's around, call us. I want to
Oh,
know.
did he go?
Yeah, I want to know about. I really want to know what this Charlie Sheen thing was all about. It was in our backyard. So hopefully
You're a big
he's out
fan.
there.
You're a big fan of Charles.
Completely.
He won an Oscar when he was 20. He wasn't even trying, Ronnie. He
That's
wasn't
right.
even warm
Remember,
yet.
Roddy?
What did he win for?
He didn't. He wasn't even fucking nominated. Platoon
So
won.
why does he keep
He
saying
was very
that?
good in Platoon. He was very good in fucking.
She's a fucking human being, man. You ain't a one-man firing squad, Barnes, you piece of shit. that was my rifle across.
It was an
the-
excellent
good.
too. I actually ducked. And
if I find out there was an illegal killing, I will court-martial your ass. In the meantime, you two will cease fire.
he to me was the best part of Platoon.
No way.
Come on, Zips in the Wire. That guy was the greatest.
Oh, that guy. I think meant Charlie.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, zips in the wire. Dump all your remaining firepower within my compound. For the record, this is my call. Then he hangs up the phone and goes, hell of a war.
Phenomenal. And
what a fucking great movie.
Oh, it was good. It was great.
Dear Grandma, I've been here 3 days. I hate it already.
Is that your best Vietnam movie ever? Platoon?
I really am nutty about Platoon. And I know Apocalypse Now is
Uncommon Valor.
Hamburger Hill.
Gardens of Stone.
Right, let's just name them all.
What's yours, Ronnie B?
You know, I like Apocalypse up to a point. I don't know. I never like Goodfellas and Apocalypse. I never watch the ending scenes. I just get too fucking depressed.
It does seem like two separate movies.
Yeah,
Full Metal
it does.
Jacket, like once they go to Nam, you're like,
Yeah,
wait, what
I don't need that anymore.
What happened?
Yeah, how is fucking Vietnam less scary than boot camp? That's the fucking weird thing about that. Like, you're like more claustrophobic watching them in boot camp than when they get to Vietnam. You're like, this is so relaxing.
Yeah, wide
They get
open
fucking away
space
from that
finally.
guy.
Right.
Oh god, I get to shoot something.
I liked Full Metal Jacket though.
Oh yeah, the first 45 minutes I loved.
The second half holds up though.
It was good, but it was
completely different,
to me,
as we all have talked about.
The
but
first 45 was such a unique thing, yeah. And it was all the camera work and the perfection of the shots. It was just a weird kind of like two films together.
But without the second half, you never have Two Life Crew. Me So Horny. That's what fucking that locked that down.
You're right.
Knocked it
That
out of the
locked
park.
that down.
There was that great, there was the part where the guy just kept getting picked up by the sniper and they had to go out and get him.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was pretty.
And they shot that all in England because he wouldn't leave England.
At his big studios,
Yeah, he just
Shepherd,
whatever.
Bush.
He can't leave.
He was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Kate Bush can't leave. She can't fly or take trains or anything, too.
She just stays there.
Yeah.
Who's Kate Bush?
Some fucking whore that won't leave. Some girl I met.
Hey, who did we lose over the weekend? We lost
Sidney Lumet, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
New York's greatest director.
Q&A, fucking
84 years
underrated
young.
movie. Nick Nolte and Q&A was.
I love that movie.
yeah.
Fuck, was he good in that?
They didn't list that one.
Get the trannies.
Who doesn't? Don't you come in my hand, you cocksucker! I'll rip it off.
Timothy Hutton.
Yeah, he was a little overacted. The fucking horrible scene with Armando Sante when Timothy Hutton's like, "You point your finger at me again, I'll rip it off and shove it up your ass." It was terrible.
They didn't list that movie with all the movies he did.
Well, it was Dog Day Afternoon and 12 Angry Men.
Serpico,
I mean,
right?
Well, Vietnam
Yeah,
veterans
Serpico.
can't tell me nothing.
And Network.
Network.
Maybe which is an
Did he
amazing
direct
fucking,
Network? Oh.
Yeah.
an amazing movie.
Patty Chayefsky wrote it, and it's maybe the best script ever.
I have to agree. Fucking.
You think Network holds up? We talk about this all the time. on our show.
Absolutely.
And it's proven right.
We're not really sure because now it is what it is. But back then he
I
saw
just
this
watched it.
20, 30 years before it happened.
It's proven right now when you watch
Right.
it. You're like, oh my God, he saw that coming.
But all I'm saying to the people that might be younger and checking out Network for the first time, you got to remember there were 3 lousy channels, obviously no smartphones,
Yeah.
nothing, and this guy predicted all this,
No
including
reality
reality
TV.
shows.
Right.
Yeah.
The news pundits.
That fucking show should have been called 2001 instead of Network. It should have been 2001 Space Odyssey.
There you go.
Because it's crazy how fucking real that became.
Mm-hmm.
William Holden is a guy that had a lot of fucking shit left in him when he,
Yeah, he was
hit his head on
amazing.
the fucking coffee
Oh,
table
that
at the
dope.
Shangri-La.
Could've gave us a
I
couple
know.
more.
And he could have fucking lived, but he was too private to call it the fucking ambulance.
Aren't you fascinated, like, when you're around addicts and stuff, like, there's people that shoot heroin into their ball bags for, like, 15 years. They smoke crack. They get hit by cars. They go to Roosevelt Hospital. They're fine. They pull tubes out of their body. They go home. They smoke more crack. And then fucking William Holden hits his head on a coffee table.
That's
Good
it.
night.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
See you
know. The
later.
fragility of life, man.
It's
She
fucking
was very
heavy.
badly raped, you see.
Technically,
Beautiful.
she was.
Yeah.
She being us of his talent.
Beautiful.
Jimmy, once again, you've crystallized my thoughts eloquently. You've done it again.
Yeah, he was just too private. If he could have called the doctor, they said, and he just didn't.
Or he could have worn a bike helmet. Just fucking every time you drank, put a fucking bike helmet on. If you're going to be at the house by yourself.
Sidney Lumet was a monster, man.
Network.
See Q&A if you haven't seen it.
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen that. And if
saw it
I
in the
did, it was
theater.
so fucking long ago.
Nick Nolte, it's 1990. Nick
fucking
Nolte
scary as hell.
is so fucking a great tranny-loving lieutenant.
He's a scary, scary guy in that movie.
When he fucking reaches into the fucking... I love when he
How about
grabbed.
Jimmy and I talking about one movie, two completely different. I'm like, he's a great villain. Jimmy goes, and he jacks off that fucking trip. It's right around the corner too, man.
No, but he's
It's like
squeezing the
50,
tranny
59.
balls. What's your name, cocksucker? Sophia.
Look at that mustache. He's got one of the better mustaches of all time. In the
Oh,
movie.
he's fantastic.
And one bad picture, and now everyone fucking forgets, you know?
What?
With Nolte, now everybody in the fucking world, he gets the one fucking DUI. and everyone just acts like this crazy
that's just
person.
how it works out sometimes.
Who was that supposed to be?
I don't know. I tried to do Nolte. Off the top of my head.
Do it again. Do it again.
I won't be able to do it.
See if you got it. Seriously.
I
Nolte.
I can't do it. I'm laughing.
No, do Nolte if he was a Dave's fucking Easter egg hunt.
Well, Dave.
That's terrible.
Really good. It's really fucking good.
Everyone else has it.
Wow. Who the fuck do I really sound like? I'm trying to figure out who
I
that
don't
is.
even know if we can put a name on that one. All right, why don't we break? It's been a terrific first hour. Ronnie B is here.
Thanks for the judgment.
Terrific. It's
Paul
just been
Reiser will
amazing.
be here in a little while.
What? He's coming early?
You want to hear something weird?
Oh,
For
fuck.
Paul
Reiser
Reiser.
is going to be here any minute, so,
So
we
we'll
should
take a break, yeah.
How
You
is
like
Paul
all
Reiser?
that jazz, Ronnie? Are you a Fosse fan?
Yeah.
All that
Yeah.
jazz. Where do you put it? You great?
I like it for, like you said, the dope
dancing.
scenes. The dope scenes before.
I
where
love
you just,
yeah.
it reminds me of when you're a fucking addict and you wake up in the morning, how much shit you have to do
And
just
that
to feel
fucking-
normal again.
The Ben Vereen scenes was
Yeah.
like, he was never a friend to nobody. That was my Nick Nolte.
Oh, Christ, Davey. Everyone's got their eggs. You're the only one running around the yard trying to get his.
It's getting
I
better
say,
and
boy.
better. It's seriously getting so much better.
Thank you.
We're watching it evolve.
Oh, God damn it, Ronnie. I'm not telling you how to live your life. But look, we got Paul Reiser coming in here. What the fuck am I
Ronnie already talked to Paul Reiser.
I'm still not a...
Did you watch his show?
Not yet, no.
I chose not to after talking to you on Friday.
No, I loved it.
I didn't want to be tainted.
Who are these people?
So we
good.
got Reiser in a few minutes. He was cool, though. What? No?
That was my
Yeah,
note.
he's
It's
all
all
right.
This is great.
How long did you do?
We did just a quick Sinbad, just a
15 minute?
Yeah, quick Sinbad.
do
in
15.
and
Then you
out.
go to Shade.
Yeah.
We'll do 15 with Paul Reiser.
Why is he coming in so early?
I don't know.
Probably, I'm going to guess he's
He probably
flying
has to
around
do
to the press.
No, he probably has to do TV today. That's usually happens. All right, we'll break. Paul Reiser next. Jay Moore, anything? Promoting anything? You good?
We're Gotham tomorrow night, Wednesday night, if you want to fill that up.
All right, let's do that.
Bring in
Gotham
the
tomorrow
gays
night.
now. I got half a
That's
slice.
good.
Let's get the
Gay
gays.
Half a
Chelsea
slice.
pizza. Yeah,
Do you have half slices?
I gotta watch my carbs. Is that soy cheese?
That'll be the slug line for the pizza joint. We have half slices.
Do you have half slices? Thanks.
I don't know why that's gay. I mean, but it is one of the gayer things I've ever heard. Is asking for a half slice of pizza somehow is in my mind it just syncs up in total Ronnie B fashion. Like that's the gayest
has to
thing.
just be gay.
It, like if going, hey, you want to go in the other room and make out? It's just as gay as that.
It's right there.
Do you have
Do you have half slices? you have to put the eyes down like you're really hopeful. Do you have half slices?
Please, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, stay there.
I'm working on it.
Oh.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show presents an auditory adventure into the private life of a famous radio personality, starring Anthony Cumia and his Super Snake Shelby GT500.
I'm driving home yesterday, and I'm hearing, and usually when I step on the gas, what you hear is the supercharger more than the exhaust. So now I can't even hear the supercharger because the exhaust is just like, bah, real loud. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I pull over into a PC Richards parking lot, which is empty because it's, pretty late on a Sunday. And I peek underneath, and I see one of my exhaust pipes hanging down, dragging on the ground. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So here I am with a hanger rigging my goddamn car that cost a lot of money and a lot of time, and I'm driving it around with a goddamn hanger holding up my exhaust pipe. I got home and called up Cameron at Shelby and left a voicemail that was laden with curses.
What do you think? I'm fucking 20 years old in my Nova
that I gotta use a hanger and wire up a goddamn exhaust pipe on a car that cost me a lot of money and a lot of time, and I'm driving around like a fucking, because I got a piece of goddamn hanger holding up my exhaust.
Here he is in his Mustang with his exhaust pipe falling down. He's fixing it with a hanger that costs more than a quarter.
No wire hangers ever!
It's another case of pure American incompetence.
This has been an auditory adventure into the private life of a famous radio personality. Brought to you by The Opie and Anthony Show.
Virus, Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
And fucking I'm like, what happened to me?
Let's do this.
Should we get? Let's get Paul in here.
Yeah, we got Paul Reiser coming into the studio.
Blow it up.
We got Jay Moore's in studio. We got Ronnie B in studio. Jim Norton.
No, you can sit over there. It's fine.
Anthony's still on his cruise. He'll be back a week from today. Sit. Paul Reiser's going to sit right over there. Got a nice round table discussion. Hi, Mr. Reiser.
Nice to see you.
We met on Friday very briefly.
Right. You know what? That wasn't enough for me.
No.
I needed
Colin
more.
looks terrific. Say 40 times.
That's all right. I thought it was funny. Welcome to the show.
It's early, though, man. This is early shit. But are you doing TV today? We're trying to figure out your schedule for you.
That is so darn decent of you. Also, if you could do my plane ticket, pre-board that. I'm doing the Today Show.
Okay,
I'm
that's
doing
what I
Regis.
thought. That's what I thought. Because why would you be here this early? You don't have to.
No, not why either.
It's like I could probably blow off this interview and just do the TV stuff.
What time do you guys start?
6.
I would have been here 6. I want to get when the jokes are fresh. You know what I mean? I don't want any jokes that have already been covered.
The first hour of our show is always beautiful. It's perfect. It's a perfect hour, and then we make it up after that. And then we try
to do as strong as you can before the people wake up.
Right.
And then during drive time,
and then we skate.
Sucks.
Then we skate till 10. And
that's thinking. I kind of like that.
Sam, do you have any half slices?
How frustrating is it? Is it weird promoting a new show? I mean, you haven't had to promote something new in a while.
That's true. No, it's not frustrating. No, it's kind of, it is easier to talk about something when people have seen it, and as opposed to going on to describe. That's actually, I only became a writer in the first place because I couldn't describe things. I go, well, let me just watch it, and then you'll see, and you'll see if you like it.
What exactly is the new show?
What? See, I have to describe it.
I know. I hate asking like that. I wish I had seen it, but I've not seen it.
I'm going to hit the button here that says play, and you'll see it. It's a comedy. It's basically. But never sounds funny, no matter what I say. Because I've been doing this for 2 days, yet I've yet to make myself laugh.
Yeah, describing comedies is always hideous.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to get the word out where the people see it, and then that's all we want to do.
It is a half-hour comedy. It's on NBC Thursday night at 8:30. Somebody said to me, it's sort of like your Curb Your Enthusiasm. I said, all right, it's close enough. I guess it's sort of Curb-ish, in that it's based on me. I mean, I'm not playing a character. I'm playing myself, like Larry plays himself. In fact, Larry David is in the first episode, which was kind of cool. And I was surprised that he said yes.
Why would you be surprised? You're a big star.
Yeah, but picture calling Larry David home. Larry, would you do me a favor and leave your house and do something for me?
No,
you think you're going to get a yes? No. Yeah. But he was awfully sweet. And might I say, wildly funny.
Sure.
We had about a 2-minute scene. Chuckles the clown over there? What do we get?
We lost Jay a while ago, which is distracting the big Paul Reiser interview. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
I'm looking at Anthony's sound effect board, and the little lines he has that remind himself of what button is what.
Yeah.
Like you would write down, like it just says on button 27, I can smell your cunt. Like that's like I can't mom 1, mom 2, mom 3, mom 4. Like what the fuck is happening? I'm not usually here. There's a person who does this here. Mom 1.
Thank God you are.
Yeah.
So that's Rupert Pupkin. That's De Niro.
Oh, yes. All right, then this would be Rupert. Mom.
Yeah, these are.
I just look over and I see this.
Those are classic.
To look over and see someone's like cliff notes of a soundboard.
Right,
it's like Mom 1, Mom 2.
But now we know why you're laughing, as opposed to you're just out of your mind. Because we said if you're giggling by yourself, that seems crazy.
You guys know each other or no?
We go back, but never this early. I don't think we've ever seen each other. We don't need to see.
Wait, you guys
me
get
this
along?
early.
You get along, right?
Watch what happens.
Yeah, when you see each other, right?
I didn't even realize you. I looked at the headphones. I said, "There's another guy with headphones." How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, brother.
Nice to see you.
I'm glad you're up and at 'em and doing a show.
I find sleep is just for the weak.
Hey, I'll sleep when I'm dead, right?
You're a great actor for a stand-up too. Fucking
and I'm a
Jay
great dentist.
Also. It's fucking hard, man. Most stand-ups cannot act, myself included. It's fucking hard.
I'll take the compliment. Thank you. It's on this show, I very specifically played myself so I wouldn't have to act because it's just easier. No one can say, "I don't think you would do that." I just did it, and it must be right. I don't think Paul would say it that way, but I'm Paul.
But Reiser's a guy like every time he's in a movie, he's like super in it.
Right, sure.
He never just is like
Calls it in.
wow, who's the comic in the middle of the movie?
Right.
Yeah, you're awfully nice. You're awfully nice.
Are you going to eat those eggs? I'm just saying, if you're not going to eat them, he crushed it. He fucking crushed on it. Mickey Rourke was the little hairdresser.
But Mickey Moore, yeah, wow. And he's not changed, by the way, in the last 30 years. That's
Not
the
at
beauty
all.
about Mickey. We keep in touch every morning. He goes, "You still want to run lines?" And I go, "Mick, the movie's done. Leave it alone."
That's a long time.
Yeah.
It was like that
He doesn't let
bizarre
go.
school of acting that there's all the guys in the time, like it seems like the whole acting drill was just to repeat everything you said, like, am I going to finish these? That's what you're asking. Am I going to finish these eggs?
If the script is short,
You keep
that's
asking,
good because then it
I'm
doubles
gonna
it up. So in a 30-minute show, you got to hold up. He was interesting then. You didn't quite know exactly what he was doing. He had his own little different rhythm.
He was great.
He was great in that.
Did Paul? You didn't describe the show though, did you?
He said it's more like a curve.
He started to, and I was laughing like an idiot, looking at.
So the show, yeah. So we were
I can
describing
smell
it.
your cunt.
Oh, there you go.
Why would you do that with Paul Reiser in the studio? He's a family guy. This
Sully's
is
the
family
whole
TV.
show.
It does.
Why were you
Well, why
giggling?
would you do that?
No,
Why'd you do
Jay.
Why would you do
that,
that?
Karen? That was all the money we had, Karen.
Not with Paul Reiser
Why'd
in
you
studio.
do that, Karen?
Family Guy. Family TV.
My kid, my
Stop calling.
Jesus, Jay.
my 10-year-old watches. He wants to watch. He wants to watch a Family Guy, an American Dad, and all. But he now. I have the opposite parental guidance. He will go. I'll walk by and I'll go, "Dad, I don't think you should see this. This has the F word and the S word twice." I go, "Okay, good." I go, "Wait a minute. I'm supposed to stop you." And but now he knows if you see it, Dad, you'll shut it off. So don't see it.
You still doing stand-up?
I haven't been. And I just, like 2 weeks ago, after 12 years, I went, let me see last week, because I thought I'm going out on the show. Let me just flex the comedy muscle. And as you know, the comedy muscle can get a little fat, get a little atrophied. But it was fun. I was actually really...
Why'd you point to me? There's 3 comics in the room. I'm the only one with a gut.
It's radio. I didn't say fat. I just meant comedy muscle. Because
Did you go back to material that you used to have, or did you just
I did a
start
lot
fresh?
of Jay's act, and I'll tell you something, it was not working for me.
Yeah. It does it for him. Does it for Jay.
No, I was. No, I wasn't. I was
We're all in
determined to sort of.
together.
I was throwing started with some new stuff and just really just standing up and seeing what it felt like to look at people and talk to them.
Where'd you go on?
I was in L.A. at down in Hermosa Beach.
Okay.
But it was funny because I hadn't been in the club in years. And I said, well, it's going to be all new people, and I don't know. And I walk in, and there's Larry Miller and Gary Shandling. I went, has anybody left? This is like, these are the guys who were here when I was there
Why
years
did you
ago.
stop for so long doing it? Why,
I wasn't, that's a good question.
Like, why leave that much money on the table?
That's a really good question.
That's why I never stopped.
I was kind of, I hadn't really thought about it, and I was kind of happy staying home. And then periodically I would go out, like I would MC a benefit or something, and I would get laughs and go, oh, that's fun. Why don't I do that? And then I would just forget.
Were you a
I'm
stand-up or
forgetful.
an actor first?
I was a stand-up.
You were?
I was a stand-up first, and then kind of stumbled into Diner, and that opened that up.
Did you co-create Mad About You? Were you part of the process?
Yeah,
of that?
I yes.
And you got back end on Mad About You.
It's still, in fact, hold on a second. There's a check still coming in.
There's the answer to the why didn't you go out do stand-up question. Because they were putting money in your mailbox on the regular.
Things worked out
That's
nicely,
gotta be
so
a
I
good
didn't have to
feeling.
go out. I didn't have to go out, but so that was nice. But it was interesting because, but by staying basically home for 10 years, which I wasn't really. I mean, I was doing some projects here and there, but basically kind of staying home and being mostly at home with the kids, kind of accidentally gave me the material for what became the new show, which is the Paul Reiser Show on Thursdays at NBC at 8:30. Because it really is about I play myself, and at 10 years later, what are you going to do with your life? And there's a line in the pilot where I said this to a friend. I said, I've been unbelievably blessed. I mean, life has worked out really well. I've gotten everything I've ever wanted in life. However, I don't seem to be dead yet. So I didn't time this right.
Right.
So I got a couple of years left. I should probably do something again.
Well, Seinfeld's a good example of a guy. After the show, it's almost like, okay, now I'm set financially. But he went on
What
and
does he want to do? But I always loved the purity with Jerry. Because like that's even when he started the show, it didn't seem like he was itching to do TV. He just happened to come up with something brilliant that he did terrifically. But he always wanted to do stand-up, and he's a purist about it, which is why, he's so good at it.
You didn't miss it?
I didn't actively miss it, but as I say, when I would periodically get up and do a couple of minutes, I would go, oh, yeah, that's coming back to me. That's kind of fun.
It's interesting, because if I have, like, a month where I don't do stand-up, it never crosses my mind.
Really?
Never. But if I live in Manhattan, I would think about it constantly, because I'd always be like, who else is at the cellar?
Right.
Like, is Colin down there?
Right.
Is Jimmy at the cellar? Then I'll go down to the cellar. Oh, you know what? Then I'll put in for spots. And then that way I'll be there where all my friends are. But if you're in L.A. and you're on like the west, once you get west of O.J.'s house, you don't fucking leave for any reason whatsoever.
West of O.J.
You know what? In L.A. I get very.
Different
I'm not going to say
vibe,
lazy because you had shows, but I care less about doing stand up out there. It's a different life, and it's like if I had that kind of money coming in on a regular basis, it's like you're relaxing, you got a family. Why fucking run out? I probably would do the same.
Well,
thing.
there is something. It's true. I did a couple of sets here at the comic strip this weekend, and suddenly this memory of it's got to be 25, maybe even 30 years ago, where you'd go from club to club, and I would do, you try and do 4 or 5 sets a night, just because there's an energy of keeping it moving. But I also remember that used to be the most confusing thing. If you did more than 2 shows a night, the brain would go, you'd be on stage and you do a bit and go, did I just do that? No, that was the early show.
Yeah.
I forgot to set this up. And the brain would your knees would buckle. It was a crazy feeling. But I know what you're talking about. There's more energy when you have clubs right near each other in New York and you can just hop around. It's funny. I did a benefit out in L.A. last week, and Adam Sandler came by and he was very nice and he just introduced me and we and suddenly you can never take the comedy club out of the comic. And suddenly here's Adam Sandler. He can't be bigger, and he came over and he was just doing jokes about it. He goes, Lucian just gave you the light. You got to get off. I'm going, wow, this is a 30-year-old reference. Wow.
What
but it was
always
nice.
amazed me about Lucian was he never was not on that comic strip softball team.
Yeah,
Lucian
was the was no longer with us, but he was the manager of the comic strip club.
He looked like Robert Goulet after a stroke.
Jesus, he had a Robert Goulet.
This is exactly what he looked like.
Yeah,
and
good visual.
And he'd wear like driving gloves and he'd pitch.
But you couldn't walk into the club without this guy being exactly there.
Yeah,
sort of like the Empire State Building. He was just going to be there when you drove by.
Was he nice? See, Lucian either loved you or hated you, and he never liked me, which made me go in and get into every other club in New York to spite him. I was like, fuck him. So he helped me a lot more than he ever knew, because when I first came in, he didn't embrace me. But he also picked a lot of good guys. Like Seinfeld, Gaffigan. Like, I never would have picked Gaffigan to be great, but Lucian saw it. Was he good to you when you came in?
Yeah, he was. I don't remember the exact. I remember the night that I quote passed the audition, and it was 3 of us. It was Rich Hall and Carol Leifer and myself, and we were the graduating class of Monday,
right?
Whatever that was that week. And I think Larry Miller was like 6 months earlier, and Jerry was a year earlier.
Jeez.
But here we are. So now I'm going to get off, and someone's going to go, well, why were you talking about 30-year-old stuff and you didn't plug the show? Why would you get up at 6 in the morning? And I'll go, oh, that was stupid.
You guys are replacing Perfect Couples on NBC. And you had a great line, which is being a mid-season replacement is great because you sit around and you wait for other shows to fail.
Well, yeah, you're a comedy vulture. You're just flying around going, wait, there's a dead carcass.
Because after my show...
And the irony is, and they're always... The irony is they're always people you know. It's always somebody you know, and it's somebody's... You don't wish anybody badly. But in fact, this... I actually wanted mid-season. Nobody believed that. And I said, when we were shooting a pilot, I said, how do we get on from mid-season? And they said, you can't request that. Yeah. It's like, I'd like to be president, but I want to be vice president first, and then I want the guy to die. You can't work it out in advance.
Yeah.
And I said, but it's better. Mid-season is better for me.
It takes all the pressure off. You don't have to go to the upfronts, and they make you go to the bullshit.
Well,
like, you got to fly to Toronto, Paul. How could you can't not go to Toronto? And then you go to Toronto, and it's you and like fucking like 2 writers from The Daily Show, and you're like, this is what I canceled my life for?
Well, but I actually had to sell. Like I said, listen, I said, pick this up for mid-season, because they didn't pick it up right away. And I said, I'll tell you why. I said, and I know that these lovely shows that you picked up, many of them will die. I'm not, and you don't wish it for anybody, but it's just the sheer numbers.
But you know it's kind of good at it.
NBC, you don't get into fifth place by making the right decisions time after time.
Fifth.
4 networks and they're in fifth. Yeah, so that's not easy.
But now that he's starting up, The Office, Will Ferrell, and all these big guest stars, so Thursday nights, it's going to be really hot again.
It's going to be hot.
See, my whole thing, that was my secret plan. I want to be the tortoise in the I want to be the tortoise here. Just kind of sneak in before they know what to go, hey, how did that show get on the air? Because, I don't know how any show could ever really survive. It's the greatest new thing. Here it is. Well, it's comedy. It's good comedy. And you don't want to be a big hit on one week. You want to be there for the long haul. So to me, this show, we have great comic. This is Andy Daly. I don't know if you know Andy Daly. Who's a brilliant comic. And Omid Jalili, who's a huge comic in the UK.
Yeah.
And
his real name is Yaphet Kotto.
No, he was in Whoopi's show, right?
He was in Whoopi's show, and he had a movie called The Infidel.
That was for me.
Nice. You see, somehow you sitting near a little board where there are buttons.
Terrible.
It's bad. Yeah, it's just not good.
It's weird now too because whenever Mad About You came out, it's a different game now because there's so many cable outlets. Like your competition now, it's a lot more than it would have been 10 or 12 years ago.
It's an interesting thing. There's more competition. There's more things vying for people's attention. On the other hand, to be a hit, you only need like 72 people. You know what I mean? You get 1,000,003 people go, wow, you're doing great. Right. It's like, and I don't need 100 million people.
And it's also easier to watch shows now too. You could, DVR and all that crap. So yeah, they're going to watch.
You would think everybody should be able to watch everything.
Thursdays, like, notorious. NBC is Thursday in my mind. Like when I was a kid, when you were a kid, I
was trying to remember because when we were sort of grown up and when in the 80s,
Monday was
90s,
always CBS.
Oh,
Newhart was always on Mondays.
Oh, wow, I
don't
remember.
Thursdays was like I remember it was like the Cosby Show.
Oh, okay.
What's the one with Michael J. Fox?
Family Ties.
It was like the Cosby Show, Family Ties, and then it was Cheers and Night Court. Like that was it.
Night Court.
Like it was.
Cheers was before Cosby Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same night.
I think Cheers started the
Thursday thing.
Fucking split atoms on me, sure.
The point was we going to do facts, or we just fucking around?
No, the
No,
night.
but you know what's worth remembering is those Cheers did not get an audience till like its third year,
right?
And then that begat
same with Seinfeld too, right?
MASH.
Yeah,
Seinfeld
had a little cult following, but that
you don't
harder
get 3
and harder
years
to
now,
do.
though.
No, and it's almost impossible
3
to do
episodes.
otherwise. How could any show possibly be a hit? It's like, why would everybody watch anything in the first week?
Yeah.
You want to hear about it for a while. So to me, good news and bad news about television, I think if you put anything on and leave it there, people will find it, whether it's bad or whether it's good. Because you see shows and go, really? People are watching that? And other shows that are great, but they'll move it around or something. And so I've always said, just put it on. This is going to be a great show. It's not going to get all 300 million Americans. There will be some that will say we'd rather watch something else. But there's 10 million, I promise you. Because, it's it's relatable and funny and good. The thing is, to me, my test was, would I watch this? And I don't watch that much TV because I fall asleep. It's not that it's not good. I just, I have 2 kids and I'm not awake. It could be on at 7 in the afternoon. They're 15 and 10, but I'm exhausted. It's been going on for 15 years.
But what you just said though about it takes 3 years to get an audience. A lot of people, I guarantee, have made that argument. Like as they were about to yank their show off the air, there's no audience for it. People are like, but come on, look, it took Cheers.
Well,
3 years.
I don't think it should take 3 years, but you can see that there are people from the beginning, and it grows, and to me, I'm really confident that this show is the kind of thing that would grow.
And what shows do you watch, Paul?
You know what? My kids sucker me into. So I've been catching up on all 12,000 episodes of The Simpsons, and we watch Modern Romance, Modern Family. What's Modern Romance?
Modern Romance would be cooler.
What's that? Albert Brooks.
If you and your kids sat down watching Modern Romance, I would have been like, Paul Reiser's the fucking coolest guy I've ever met in my life.
No, how old are your kids, Jay?
My son is 8 years old.
Okay. So, but do you kind of do all the comedy training? Like you make him watch things?
I try to, but he's not. He's more like a scientist. He's very dull.
He's like a scientist kid?
He's like a scientist, very logical thinking brain, and when he tries to make me laugh, I had to actually say to him, it's really hard to try to make your dad laugh when your dad's a comedian, but because I know the heart to go, you're the least funny person I've ever met in my life. Why is that so terrible?
That's so funny. It's like
he's not listening.
He probably wants to be a funny guy.
But it's what
he wants to make his dad laugh.
Be like his mom. Be like, oh, I'm divorced. Oh my God, you're so funny, and just turn him into turn him into Tracy Reiner.
Tracy Reiner.
You're right. Sure.
Well,
I don't know who that is.
Take a fucking guess, stupid.
Tracy Reiner?
It's fucking, yeah.
Third generation
It's Chris
of what
Rock's
family?
daughter, you fucking moron. Reiner.
Reiner.
Oh, Rob Reiner.
Chris Rock's daughter.
What a douche. Who's that?
Oh, man.
Chris Rock's daughter.
Eric Douglas would have worked better.
But now, does he laugh at? Does he laugh at stuff? Does he find things funny?
What does he find
Yeah,
funny?
you know, he's the kind of, like, I don't know. He's a strange guy. He's a great odd job. Like, we go to Hawaii 3 times. He still doesn't know, like, it's surrounded by water. He has no memory.
Yeah, he's a scientist. This kid.
It's a blue baby. We got a blue baby.
He's the worst scientist ever.
We went to the zoo and fed baby giraffe.
Take him to the zoo, Rock.
He'll love it.
Take him to the zoo.
I went to the, I knew the zookeeper of the LA Zoo, and he invited us to feed the baby giraffe.
Stop name dropping.
Michael D., the curator, the day after the baby giraffe was born, we went and we bottle fed the baby giraffe, and a year went by, and he had homework, and he had to spell the word giraffe on his homework, and I go, you remember when we went to the zoo, and we fed the giraffes? And he goes, the zoo? And I go,
Didn't ring a bell.
And he goes, oh, yeah, where the toilets flush by themselves?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah,
Remember
you
that?
can't
That's what
make
you
them
should
like
remember.
what you want them to like.
He bottle fed a giraffe, but also the trash can had a monkey face on it, and you put the trash in the monkey's mouth.
Well, listen, but he had a good
And he
time.
was like, Daddy, look, I put trash in the monkey's mouth. I'm like, you just fed a fucking giraffe.
Only 10 people in the world get to do that, you
We
idiot.
fed a Sumatran rhino a head of lettuce, and he's going, the trash can has a monkey painting on it, and I put trash.
You just described kids, man.
Wow, I need sleep.
Fuck, that's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Hey,
I'm feeding the trash can.
Oh, man.
one more thing. E Street Radio, Paul Reiser?
E Street Radio. What about it?
You listen to E Street Radio?
You know, I listen to it.
Let's do it.
We got Meyer down last week making lists.
We're supposed to do a top 5 Springsteen list today.
Oh, good luck. There was a thing, because I do listen to E Street Radio. Good luck.
See you later. With the radio show in general.
No, but I was driving around and I heard Brian Williams was hosting one. And
he was hosting.
He
Yeah.
did
We got
an
Brian
hour.
Williams.
Brian Williams did an hour.
He missed the tsunami because he's fucking doing Eastern Radio.
Picking out his Springsteen songs.
But he's a South Jersey guy, and he was wildly articulate and passionate. It's like, whoa, yeah. I was thinking, shouldn't you? He's not this passionate about the news.
No, he's
not. No, but he's great.
Bore.
He was great. And it was fun.
He really is a bore. He's,
Top 5
he's smooth,
Springsteen.
but
What are your favorite Springsteen songs?
Oh, jeez. But no, you put me on the
Candy's
spot.
Room. Let's go.
Candy's Room.
Candy's Room, good.
My brain just goes so well.
Doesn't matter. You said
Independence
Candy's
Day.
Room.
I told him to
Independence
say
Day?
Candy's Room.
Paul Reiser, 8:30 Thursday night.
I want to hear the 5.
I want to hear what else you got.
wrap-up?
You got to do Thunder Road. I want to hear more about Jay's Kid, because I know that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That's Jay's kid.
He's got 3 out of 5.
Struggling.
So now, by the way, the flip side of that is my kids walk around, they've inherited from me my very bad Jerry Lewis impression. They've never really seen Jerry Lewis, but they know they're just talking this musical thing now where I go, I dropped my book, and I go, well, what are you doing? I go, it's Jerry Lewis. But they don't really know Jerry. They just know, it's like
The
me
impression.
doing James Cagney.
I do old Jerry.
Which is?
He always looks like he has a lozenge in his mouth.
Later, Jim.
And he's rewritten history, like he's discovered Dean, he fucking pulled Frank out of obscurity. He's always like, first show there was 45 people on the boardwalk. Second show, there was a line around the block. I can't do that.
You need a lozenge. Certain acts, you need the lozenge.
He said, first show there was 30 people. In between shows, Dean and I wrote down sketches on a cocktail napkin. Second show, there was a line down the boardwalk to get it. Like, how the fuck was there a line down the boardwalk to get in?
The word was
got
out.
out from
Word
your
was out.
dressing room
Yeah.
where you and Dean they needed a singer. And I said, how about my pal Dean Martin? Like, no, that's not how it went at all.
He really is a pompous ass, isn't he?
He's a fucking whack job.
He acts like he can. I mean, he was very
Sound
funny,
like
but
Gene Stapleton.
who doesn't?
You want to fight, officer? Or you want to get the hell out of my house?
He was just. I think he takes himself
Walter
very
never
seriously.
drank. He disapproved of the lottery. Was that Gene Stapleton?
No, that was fucking B. Arthur. Oh.
Wow.
You said Walter.
That was Nipsey Russell you were doing.
I tried to keep it down for you. I tried to stay quiet. I was just thinking about it. He's struggling.
Gene Stapleton.
Let him struggle.
Sorry. It was struggle. Wait to hear my Nick Nolte impression.
It's good. Great.
Could you do it
It
for
sounds
Paul?
like Gene Stapleton.
You want to hear Nick Nolte?
More than anything.
All right.
In fact, I woke up early this morning hoping this would happen.
This is perfect. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. You'll feel like Nick Nolte's in the studio.
And it just came out. I can't do it. I go, oh, Christ, we got Paul Reiser.
Oh, geez, that's not good. That's not good. That could have been better.
But I meant to say Jimmy sounds like Geraldine Page.
Geraldine Page.
Now, yeah. Oh, that's great. Then.
Oh, he's a bore. You want to fight, officer?
So Geraldine Page is different than Maureen Stapleton.
Very. And Gene Stapleton.
Gene Stapleton. Oh, you were Gene Stapleton.
I was I just really am just yanking foul balls all over the mezzanine right now. I'm sorry.
All right,
Paul's got a great show coming out. Mine's been canceled.
This is the most energy I've had at 7 in the morning. I've never been in a room this funny.
More importantly, Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
You got 2 to go.
What do I got?
Top
Independence
5.
Day Candy's Room, Thunder Road. Thunder Road, don't hack it. I had time to think.
Oh, what was the one? Okay, there was one from the post 9/11 album that kills me. Missing You. That one that kills me.
But John Waite.
No,
that's a different one.
Why does no one like Youngstown?
I'm with Ronnie.
I'm not even a Springsteen fan. I like that one. Youngstown's a fucking great Springsteen song.
There's no bad ones.
No, it's just kind of by the numbers to me.
Okay.
So how he writes like 700 songs at a time and goes, I'll just put the best 15 on the act.
You ever follow him around?
He has hundreds of tapes he's never
Does.
released.
Hey, did you guys hear
hundreds
Pink
of hours
Cadillac?
of
Does he have months? When does he have time to like have a life? He's like constantly writing songs. If you add up all the songs, it would be more than 40 years worth.
But
it is a
Ronnie
ridiculous
knows this guy
catalog.
has hundreds and hundreds of hours of stuff he'll never release. Stuff he's done.
But then you listen to an album like Magic with like 2 songs on it that are really good, and the rest of it you're like, well, where the fuck are the other songs that didn't
It's coming.
make it?
After he dies, he's going to put it out.
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
then you'll
Him and
apologize.
Neil Young. They're just constant albums.
His kids will get a hold of those archives.
I went to see him at the Sports Arena in L.A., and he did Candy's. He did some Reason to Believe, Candy's Room, and She's the One, back to back to back. And it was like an hour in. I looked at my wife. I said, "We can go." And she goes, "Don't you want to see the rest of the show?" I go,
No.
Fucking Candy's Room live. Like, what is he gonna do? Fucking dancing in the dark to really light me up?
Oh, but did you check with your in-laws every song, the song that he's got to do in Philly?
Yeah, I forgot.
It's the Fever. He's got to do the Fever, which he gave away to Southside Johnny, right?
That was
but
his
in
song.
Philadelphia, he has to do that song every time, or the place will fucking riot.
It was Fever.
They'll go crazy.
Let me ask you this, and this is probably
Peggy
too much to
Lee
ask.
Fever?
If Bruce Springsteen were on this show, would you ask him his 5 favorite Paul Reiser jokes?
I would definitely.
Oh, yeah,
But I just want to know that's reciprocal.
Yeah.
I know what they're He doesn't need the work. I mean, this guy's doing good.
Most guys just volunteer it when they come on.
Bruce Springsteen, and he told me he loves Paul Reiser. Men love to put soap in the middle of their chest. That was Paul. That was Harvey Keitel
Dylan.
explaining. I saw him. He looked me in my eyes, Paul. He loves soap in the middle of his chest.
God bless it.
There's no soap under the armpits, is there?
So that's Harvey Keitel doing Bruce doing my act. All right, so that's good.
That's pretty good. You asked
Very few people. That's very eclectic.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Paul, I'm doing the best I can here.
Who was that?
That's Nick Nolte doing Gene Stapleton.
Now we know it's Nick Nolte. Now we know it's him.
In the shower.
Do your Jay Moore when you're that. Honey, get away from the trash can. We're feeding the giraffe now.
Dad, they painted a monkey on the trash can. It's like I'm feeding a monkey. I'm like, you were feeding a fucking 6-foot baby.
No one gets to do that.
My son comes out of the bathroom and I go, did you wash your hands? You go, you got boys.
Yeah.
Boys are really like dumb, but you can like trick them. Like they'll say, can we watch TV? And you go, we don't have a TV. And they go, oh, all right. And they go back upstairs like, we thought we had a TV.
We don't have a TV.
Oh.
I'll be honest, my kids are not falling for that.
I thought we had a TV.
But I just was watching it,
He's
idiots.
10. He's not like 6, you know.
You know what?
Paul Reiser,
I think you need to.
Thursday night.
Thursday.
We're gonna plug the hell out of this.
And by the way,
show.
ironically, the first episode is all about Jay Moore's kid.
It's good. It's good.
So this is
I
a
love
perfect
that one.
segue. Yeah. No, Thursdays at 8:30, and
You're
the
on
only,
after whom?
We're on after Community, but leading up to Will Ferrell. And I tell people, you know, Will Ferrell on The Office. You don't want to miss that at 9 o'clock. Make sure your TV is working. Set it at 8:30.
Wait, you're right in between those two shows?
I'm right in between them. Strong spot.
I had
Nicely
a
held.
show, Gary and Married. They put us on before fucking
was it?
Criminal Minds. And I'm like, that's a great place to put a sitcom before an hour of fucking serial killers, you morons. Really?
But does it, they always have that argument, and I never quite believe it. I'm with you on this. I just
Your
never
show's not
understood.
going anywhere. It's going to the top.
He's got Henry Rollins on his show.
Henry Rollins.
Really?
And by the way, couldn't have been funnier. He
play himself?
He played himself. Everybody has to play himself because I'm playing me. So
I'm just saying
Larry
I'm
David plays
available.
as Larry. We have the Jay Moore character.
Bring
but we
me
want
on as an
Nathan Lane.
anti-Semite.
We have Nathan Lane playing you, which was interesting. We went the other way.
Got it, Dad.
Is this a little like The Comeback? Lisa
The Comeback
show? Sounds like a little bit.
Yeah, not really.
No?
Very
Okay.
sore
You
subject,
watch and you tell me.
Opie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, him and Lisa Kudrow had that whole thing.
With the whole thing. Hey, you
What
can't go there.
Jay
Can't
say?
talk
Don't even
about
call it a
that.
comeback.
I remember Lisa.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, man.
One guy.
I heard that. I can hear that. I hope everybody's okay. Well, thank you guys for plugging the show and having me on. I'm gonna. A lot of times I wake up at 6 in the morning.
Lisa Kudrow thing?
And the whole Lisa Kudrow thing.
Now he's got
No,
to
no,
go.
no.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
Sam's
know.
got-
Now I'm
that was
going
my
with
wind-up.
it.
I thought the
Yeah,
noise
no.
was
Now
the
I'm going
get
with
your
it because
ass
now
out
he
of
wants to
here
get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm happy. I thought that was I was leaving nice.
That was the car
his
crash.
joke.
Ron's joke bomb, so that's the car
Oh,
crash.
I'm sorry. I don't have that part, that part that in your brain that says it's time to go away now. I just would sit here until they cart me off. So I got nowhere. I got
I'm
nowhere
like
to
that,
go,
but
fellas.
mine is don't stop talking so much is my problem. My brain never says now's a good time to not say something.
Yeah, you don't have that.
We gotta
we don't have that.
We got to get him out of here because he's doing.
I gotta go to
Today
Today's Show.
and then we're gonna watch it on
With
TV.
Hoda Kobe?
And you're gonna watch it. You can.
We're gonna watch
We'll have
it,
you on TV.
and then we'll turn up
Top
the
five.
audio
I'll hold up
and
a
hear a
little
real
thing that
interview.
says watch, tune in, Opie and Anthony. I'll hold that on the Today Show. Everybody listen. You scratch my back, I'll scratch my own
And I
ass.
think you owe us one more Springsteen song. I think.
Yeah,
Do
he
I?
does.
I think you owe us one more, but we'll let you slide.
No,
He's got to get 5 out.
Yeah.
Let me think. Let me
Thunder
think.
Road's a little hacky, I'll be honest with you.
Well, but it's still good. It's
How about
never not
Born in the
good.
USA?
See, and I can't think of the name. What's the one with Johnny? Johnny, they go in the street and there's a deal going down. What's that?
Could be any song.
No,
Johnny,
they
that's
go
Johnny
in the street.
99?
Come on. No, they go in. I can't think of it. I sound really dumb now.
No, you don't.
I can't. I know. Like you sound smart. A guy who can't think of the song that he actually likes.
Like people think.
New York Serenade.
Johnny's also on Incident on
New York
57th
Sunday.
Incident,
Street.
thank you. Incident 50. Yeah, there you go. There it is. There
I don't
you
know
go.
any of those songs. I don't know Candy's Room. I don't know any of
Oh
them.
my God!
57th.
Candy's Room's the song they left off that fucking documentary on HBO.
Rockumentary.
Right, it was a rockumentary
It was
on
a
HBO
rockumentary,
about the
yeah,
making
correction.
of Darkness on the Edge of Town. I sit there for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck is Candy's Room?
Wow, you take it very seriously.
He does.
It's,
He loves
it's
them.
like it's the best.
You know what? A lot of times, have you ever been to the zoo? Because that's also entertaining.
Take him to the zoo, Rock.
Take him to the zoo.
We're gonna play Candy's Room for you
It's nice.
as we say goodbye to Rise.
Oh, hey, thank you so much for having me, and I'm going to go talk to Matt Lauer.
So the Paul Reiser Show Thursdays at 8:30 on NBC.
Can't
Wow,
miss it.
That's huge.
It's right there. And by the way, you
Another
only
hit
have to
for
watch
Paul
for a couple
Reiser.
of weeks. Then if they pick it up, you're free to watch whatever you want. But I need your people to watch because it's not like a book. A book you can read it whenever you want. A TV show, we get to see those numbers first.
Well, you
week.
get DVR numbers, don't you?
Yeah,
They
but
count.
how can that be? I mean, they say they do, but really, how do you know when the hell
How do you get
somebody's
Nielsen
watching?
numbers? I don't understand.
I don't know how any of it works.
With a
I think
box.
there's a guy in an office
Need a
going,
box.
I don't like it or I like it.
Oh, look at this, Candy's Room.
Oh, he's
just
the
walked
expert,
in.
by the way.
Oh.
Did you get it right with Johnny?
You know Louis De Palma, right?
He got it right.
Yeah, he had very good picks, and Thunder Road's not hacky.
Thank you.
Thunder
coming
Road
to
would be on my
defense.
list.
It's a classic. It certainly wasn't the most eclectic
go
on the
Thunder
group,
Road.
but how do you go there and not say that?
I'd go there. All right.
All right, I'm going to go talk to
Let's
people.
get him out of here. Paul
Thanks,
Reiser,
Jay.
thank you so much.
Great to see you, man.
Candy's Room to break. Why not? And more with Ronnie B. and Jay Moore and Jim Norton. Stay there.
In Candy's room, there are pictures of her heroes on the wall. To get to Candy's room, gotta walk darkness with Candy's hall. Strangers from the city, call my baby's number, and they bring her toys. When I come knocking, she smiles pretty, she knows I wanna be Candy's boy. There's a sadness hidden in that pretty face, a sadness all her own, from which no man can keep Candy safe. We kiss, my heart rushes through my brain, and the blood rushes in my veins, the fire rushes through the sky. Let it go driving deep into the night. I go driving
the Opie and Anthony Show. Damn it.
All right, we're back. We've been laughing for 10 straight minutes ever since Paul Reiser left the studio. We don't even know.
When Paul Reiser left, things picked up.
I guess we're going to give the stick to Ronnie B because he has a lot of observations.
Real quick, somebody just wrote on Twitter, Jay and Ronnie are getting hernias from carrying Paul Reiser around the studio.
See, this is the thing, Open. I'm telling you the truth. I couldn't live with this kind of uncomfortability that you seem to be okay with.
I love
Opie.
That's where it.
He's like, that's like a fucking sunlight to plant.
I love that.
Or a plant to sunlight.
It's an area most people don't feel comfortable.
I didn't think it was that.
I wasn't uncomfortable at all.
No. It wasn't uncomfortable. Hold on. It got really weird in here.
All you'd have to do is read Paul's face when it's got here. And Jay's fucking over there giggling and then making up a fucking lie of, no, I was looking at something else.
What am I supposed to say? I use a Ron Bennington line.
What happened?
He came in and he sat down and he just started going, oh, it's good to be here, you know. And I go, I just said to him, do you have half slices? Oh. And it made me hysterical. So I realized it would be rude to just laugh in his face because there's no way he's going to know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I turned my head thinking that he won't be able to see me like a fucking angelfish when you look at it straight on. And then Sam is holding the camera, and I see Sam holding the camera, and he's sobbing uncontrollably, laughing at, do you have half slices? And then I'm laughing because he's laughing. I just went, it was literally like the mushrooms have just kicked in. I can't, without the hallucination, I couldn't stop laughing. And then he goes, well, what's going on with Mr. Giggles over here?
I know.
And then his fucking syllabus is like he's Jodie Foster. Yeah, sure.
Chicky May May. Chicky May May.
And then recognized you finally.
I goes, oh, I didn't know there was Jay over there.
And then that really made it uncomfortable for me because it felt like... It was like, it was Jay's trying to fuck up my spot.
Right.
I've been away for 12 years.
Right. He wanted a legit interview from us, I guess.
Yeah, he did. And you didn't watch his show. You didn't.
I didn't watch because I ran into Ronnie on Friday, and he basically told me it would be a better interview if I didn't watch the show.
I thought that maybe you'd be more optimistic.
Okay,
that's all I said. Keep optimism on.
I honestly couldn't find my disc. They gave me a copy of it, and I had the Gervais one, but I didn't have that one.
I'm sure it'll find its audience.
And
then Ronnie got up and just started walking.
I can't fucking be around. I don't want to feel like I'm in school.
What was happening that you couldn't be?
It was like the fucking church laughs started going.
But I had long stopped laughing at that point.
Yeah. But Ronnie,
I was asking him questions. He was talking about going to the Ice House or Pasadena or Hermosa Beach or whatever.
Hermosa
and then Ronnie,
Beach.
Don't put it on me. You got up because you thought he was a fuking snorer.
No, I didn't.
And you
I thought he was
got
really
up,
good.
you came over to me, picked up the fucking newspaper and read it like fucking Fred Sanford. Like he's like fucking shaking it out like the fucking Boston Herald on the T. Like I thought you were no sir, the fucking socks lost again.
I thought he was going to walk out of the studio though with his unlit cigar. He walks over here, the worst
literally
place
stood
to walk,
as if to say, "I can't take this shit anymore."
I couldn't. It was very fucking.
You were getting very
painful for me.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What was?
The fucking strangest. Now, here's the weird thing.
Right.
And I don't know whether you feel good about Jimmy, but when
Q&A, turn that to.
when you,
What happened there too?
now, this is why I feel bad about myself, though.
All right,
I feel fucking bad about myself because you said about what he's been doing for 10 years.
Yeah.
Or he's been taking care of, right?
Yes.
And the situation that he has at home. And then I didn't realize that with your kid, I was yelling, take him to the zoo, Rock. Take him to the zoo. Fucking, then Jimmy tells me that's his real situation.
Whose real situation?
Can we turn the mic off for a second?
You don't know
Just
this?
one fucking second.
Well,
'cause
we
I don't
need some on-hold music. You don't know this? Hold on a second. Hold on. Do you have it quick?
You know what's happening?
Well, I know what they're talking about. I mean, but I didn't. I only said it because that's probably why he hasn't.
I know, but
worked as much in 10 years. He's probably been very. He's got stuff at home he's got to do. He's probably been just preoccupied.
He's got a kid.
Yeah,
right.
He's got one of those kids.
Oh my God!
Right.
Well, yeah, but
And
nobody
then-
said anything about
No,
that.
I said I
know.
was doing about your kid. Take him to the zoo, Rock. Retards love the zoo. That's the fucking thing. So then after Jimmy tells me that, I feel fucking terrible. Like,
When did Jimmy tell you that? Like,
He fucking
We
passed
don't
me
need
a
it
note.
anymore.
Jimmy wrote a little note.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he passed
Get
me a
back.
note.
No, we were just talking during the break, and I was just
He
saying
has a
that's
special
probably
boy.
why he
I
hasn't.
didn't know that. And then I'm doing about
I
your
never
kid.
either.
Take him to the zoo, Rock. I'm not fucking like that.
I have a special aunt, so I wouldn't even, like, it didn't even dawn up, like, I didn't say anything other than that my kid's a bore. But in hindsight, he's probably going, yeah, I wish my kid was as boring as yours.
What? Count your blessings, Jay. Count your fucking blessings.
I'm going on and on about how my kid's a fucking bore, and how he's not funny at all. My kid's really a boring guy, and he's
up again. Ronnie's up again. He's walking.
And
he's pacing.
around it.
He's pacing.
Can't be around it. And he's over there going, yeah, I wish my kid was as boring as yours.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's what made Ronnie. I finally now have all right, and then as soon as the interview ends, Jimmy turns to me with like fucking. It really was like being on mushrooms. Like I was tripping balls for a second. For 40 minutes, Jimmy just leans in with huge eyes and does a fucking Q&A quote in my face. Like the last 40 minutes never happened. Like we were just doing Q&A, and he just leans in and goes, "You talk to me nice for a straight." But he did it like.
No, the line was it was when fucking Nick Nolte is sitting there, and he's talking to the fucking one tranny about the fucking line of trannies dancing, and he goes, "That one on the end has what nice legs," and she's like, "His name's Michael, like yours." That was the fucking line.
I know, but you're like, Paul Reiser's leaving, and Opie goes, all right, we got Candy's room right here for our outro music. And like literally an hour had gone by, and I hear, to get to Candy's room, you got to walk the darkness. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy just leaned. It was like being on acid. Like his eyes got big, and he got real close to my face. He goes, that one's got nice legs. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm tripping. What the fuck is in my coffee? Take him to the zoo, Rock.
Take him to the zoo, Rock. Seriously, I don't know. I couldn't live this way.
I've never seen Ronnie be out of control because I figured he would get up and just leave, but he walked to the weirdest area of the room because he didn't know what to do.
He wasn't in the zoo.
Around
he couldn't get out of his
Jay,
cage.
the people out there got to understand the studio. For him to walk between me and you is the strangest.
Well, it's an L-shaped kitchen.
Whenever he gave fucking Sam a shove too, I wanted to really make it weird.
And then you just push Sam.
It's
trying
like,
to film the mess.
if you picture an L-shaped kitchen, Ronnie left the fucking sink and was like, I got to get over by the stove.
Yeah. I think Paul had a good time.
Yeah, that's why he tried to leave 6 fucking times, wrapping it up. And you were going, just one more thing.
Well, it didn't help.
Give me another song.
It didn't help with the cunt thing, though.
That was fucking uncomfortable.
He's a family.
It's uncomfortable.
He's family TV, Jay.
How do you not do comedy for 12 years?
I don't know if the language bothered him.
He fucking pointed to me and goes, your comedy muscle gets flabby. I'm like, oh, I just did a fucking show last night. Don't fucking look at me.
Don't point at Jay.
And I'm the one fucking with the gut all the time.
Oh my God.
I don't think he meant you though.
You don't
Yeah,
think?
but why would I know that my
overall?
I don't think he knows I'm a comic, to be honest with you. I think he referenced you as the stand-up.
And that's what insulted me most. Like, God damn it! I'm a fuck. I'm really
so did he have a good time, you think?
No, absolutely
I think
not.
he did.
Wow,
I disagree.
I think he was fine.
I bet he comes up on the fucking Today Show later. What a nightmare day he's had. I bet he's telling
With
Kelly
flop sweat?
Ripa about it later.
Fuck. And then he walked down the hall weird.
Yeah, but he was fine.
He walks like a cowboy.
He walks like a fucking like old school cowboy too. It's like
Lash
a
LaRue.
like a fucking silent movie cowboy.
Women like guys with bow legs because there's the illusion that they have big cocks.
And that's why they walk that way.
No, but that's true. Women like guys like that.
Keep
We
the balls off their
complimented the
thighs.
shit out of the guy. We brought up his movie career.
Dude, it was fun.
One movie, his first movie he made when he was 19.
I was going to get to Alien, but I couldn't stop laughing.
Dude, it was fine.
Take him to the zoo,
It was
Rock.
fine.
We just chatted with him, man. We hung.
Take him to the zoo,
fine,
Rock.
Ronnie.
Take him to the zoo, Rock.
It was fun.
Ronnie,
Take him to the zoo.
That is the show. You just kind of come in and hang and fucking
Yeah,
do
Ronnie,
what
you
we're
missed-
doing.
Home and get your fucking
you misread
shine
that.
box.
That's a normal interview for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
For
sorry.
you guys, I'm sure it is. I know.
I'm
I
sorry.
know that it is.
I'm sorry you do it differently than us.
Ronnie's the pro's pro. I'm listening to him interview Dennis Quaid last night.
Yeah.
I'm in the car driving back, and I'm like, I turn up, I listen to the whole thing, and, well, I'm not going to blow your spot up, but I'm like, wow, that was incredible. And then it turns out it was a little more work for Ronnie than
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
Than it came across. I'm not going to, fucking take the bat out of your
I
head.
I just don't think that a lot of actors give a fuck. I don't think they're all that connected.
Oh, can I just say something
Yeah.
real quick? Ronnie goes, Ronnie comes over to me and goes, where'd you get the fucking E Street Radio thing? And I go, there's a one sheet of like 6 things to talk to. Paul was in Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Mad about you. He made $1 million a week. And then like the 5th one is, Paul said on Twitter, he sits in his car just listening to E Street Radio, and Paul goes, nice of him to fucking not take a sport. Would you say I had to put it? Like, I brought up E Street Radio, and he looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking to me about E Street Radio?
He was getting pissed, like, if Springsteen came in here, would you be asking about me?
Oh, that was...
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke.
No, he was like fucking uncomfortable. He's trying to plug his fucking show. Here's the thing, though. He doesn't seem like he knows any Springsteen songs.
It seemed like his funny broke. Like, he didn't even understand, like, I had to go, I'm doing Keitel, like how I explained to my son why you can't talk to people that way. Like, take him to the zoo. Laugh on camera. You laugh on the mic, you asshole. Every time I make Ronnie laugh, he pushes the fucking mic away.
I don't want any part of it. Laughter's fucking uncomfortable to me.
I'm dying over here.
Laughter's not a comfortable feeling.
You know what it
feels
is?
like someone smothered
He
me.
hasn't done a lot of these interviews in a while, so it's kind of, he's getting back into it, and he didn't know if he was being laughed at. That's when he walked in. I think he was a little uncomfortable.
He didn't look at us when he walked
because,
in.
Because I do these every week on the road, so it's like you get that fucking 5 guys in a room or whatever the vibe is. But I think for him, he hasn't done a whole shitload of this kind of radio in a while, so he for him was just feeling it out, and he was a little uncomfortable.
He was confused.
A little uncomfortable,
to his chair, looking at his fucking shoes.
Yeah, he was confused.
Which to me is very odd, because anytime you're on the road, you walk in, you go, "Hey guys."
Sure.
Like, hey, let's start off on a good foot. I'll just say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know.
But he had one of the hottest shows on television, and now he's kind of. This is not starting over. It's his show's on the air, but he's out on doing morning radio, plugging the gig. It's been fucking how many years since he's had to plug it? It's probably been 15, 17 years since he's had to go out and plug.
Jay was being fucking disrespectful. He was fucking over giggling in the fucking corner.
That's how it started.
Fucking callback jokes that the guy wasn't here for.
We never even got past
fucking time, sweetheart.
Jay, we never got past the half slice thing. You set the fucking tone.
All I said was, "Do you have half slices?"
What does that mean to him?
Do you have half slices?
Nothing. That's why I just was like, "What am I going to? Let me just get the interview started." Do you have half slices?
So right away, you didn't feel like, "Oh, I'm the fucking."
I honestly didn't think he saw me laughing because I had my head turned. Like, that's how crazy. Like, I was crazy.
And you were ducking down behind screens.
Any listener, you have a lot of fucking drug taking listeners. It was exactly like a half hour, 40 minutes into mushrooms where nothing's hallucinating, but you just start laughing fucking balls, and you can't stop, like you can't breathe. Like, this is bad. I'm gonna have to go to fucking St. Luke's Hospital because I'm laughing.
Right. He just didn't know what, like, if he was the butt of the joke.
He was right though. He was right to feel that.
But no, but if you would have explained to him that it was the slices thing, it was that would have made sense.
He didn't even hear what I said.
No.
And here's the other thing. If you're a fucking comic, I don't give a fuck if 30 years go by, if fucking Hackett sat in that chair, not now, obviously.
Yeah.
Horrible. Go crazy.
If fucking Hackett sat in that chair and we were all breaking balls, he would fucking just fucking swing for the rafters.
As a comic, you got to read the room.
No, but he didn't say anything shitty, though. He
should have been able to read the room. It was a different radio show where these guys
Opie agrees with me, I think, and what you're saying is...
I think you should be able to.
If you're a fucking comic... Fucking
just
jab,
go with
throw
it.
the hook. Fucking, it's a room full of fucking guys. Play, fucking play.
We'll get the plugs in. That's
I asked
that's been our
Allison Janney.
thing.
I did a guest spot on the West Wing once, and I said, "This is my favorite show. Why did Rob Lowe? She's got a nice. What's her name? Michael, just like yours.
That one on the end has such nice legs.
I said,
"Why is Michael like yours?"
You're a fucking jerk." He said that. I said, "Why did Rob Lowe? Did he get fired?" She goes, "No, he quit." And I go, "Why?" She goes, "He just didn't want to play anymore." And I thought, like, that's acting. You fucking go to work and you play when you do your job. If you're a fucking comic promoting a fucking show and you're in a room, you know it's it's Opie and Anthony on satellite. It's not like his people. This guy's got checks coming in for fucking $4 million because they're playing fucking Mad About You to sue the fucking tsunami people at Red Cross stations. He's getting paid hand over fist. He should. If you're a comic, you should just fucking swing.
Well, it's like, if you own a hat store, you put all the hats on. Guy who gives horrible examples.
I just shook his hand on the radio
just to make him feel better. More importantly, how's the Nick Nolte?
Oh, he's got a boat. He calls his boat the Nancy. I could vomit.
Oh, Christ. Nobody wants to name their goddamn boat Nancy, Jimmy.
It's getting better.
It's going to be there by 10.
It's like Jimmy Stewart Nolte.
You gotta.
We made it Nick Nolte in front of him.
And when Ronnie says it, you got to do it. Ronnie can talk me into robbing a bank.
Well, you're.
Yeah, but Ronnie can't sit for an uncomfortable interview.
No,
so,
I don't want to fucking turn into a different guy and start fucking laughing hard. That's all. I don't like the fucking laughing hard thing.
But you're getting me out of my comfort zone.
Fucking
let's get you out of your comfort zone.
What part would you have laughed hard at?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying
Just the fucking weirdness of feeling like I was in school again when you're over there acting like you don't want anybody to know that you're laughing, and yet it's the loudest fucking thing.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yes!
Why would we be? You were laughing into a microphone. How would we not hear that?
Jimmy's trying to be a professional and ask him questions.
And he's just staring at me.
Jimmy asked him, where have you been?
No, I didn't. I said that you still doing stand-up. I was actually curious if he still did stand-up.
It was
And I wanted to say,
where have you been question.
When it got
No,
uncomfortable for me was when he said he went and did stand-up and it wasn't that good. And I was like, wow, like how, like...
I would love to have heard. Yeah, that's like, what's it like that? I do stand up for 10 years and then go up there and go, "Fuck, man, this is hard."
How the fuck can you not do stand up for 10 years if you're a fucking Look at the game tape.
He was voted one of the top 100 comics too. I mean, Reiser was a legit comic. He wasn't like some guy that just had a show.
But my point is, apparently not. You're born a comic. You don't leave that money on the table.
That's what I always say. I say I don't do it because I want to. I do it because I have to. Every
We're
interview.
talking about comics, Sam.
But isn't there...
There's a girl, Abigail.
But Jay, can't you be a stand-up without being a funny guy? Think about that.
There are writers who are stand-ups that aren't particularly
funny. But I mean, like
funny
someone
guys,
like him can put together a good stand-up set, but is he a funny guy when he's just
Louis Anderson is a funny guy. And his stand-up is like the most vanilla milquetoast stand-up in the world. But if you sat in a fucking car with Louis and just drove,
you'd be howling.
He's just a fucking funny guy. Like it does, and he used to say, "How the fuck you gonna be great if you can't study great?"
Stop, dude.
I'm sorry.
See, that's the thing. You can't stay on track there for a second.
Someone put fucking shrooms in my coffee. He used to say to me, "They can never take that from you. They can never." If you're at a fucking if there's a lightning storm,
they can never take it from you.
They can't take that from me. Like you're funny, the comic. And if you are a comic, I don't give a fuck if you wake up and leave the hospital and like they stick a mic in your face. Like it's just your fucking DNA. Like Jimmy's never not funny.
Thank you.
It's true.
It's nice that you say that, though, seriously.
Like, Ronnie's fucking... like, the root of fucking Ron Bennington is a fucking comic. Like...
But here's the thing. You could have made him feel welcome. You could have made him feel welcome.
You chose not to, Jay.
Yeah, you chose not to.
Thank
you. That was a choice you made.
You know why? It's not my fucking show.
We always start by making him feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Always.
Big welcome
It
aboard.
always starts there. We don't know where it's going to lead after that, but yeah.
Your
half-sliced thing really derailed the whole fucking thing.
I had no idea.
It wasn't on this prep sheet.
I had no idea. I thought I was laughing off mic.
Oh, my God.
No.
I did.
No.
It had the first day of school when you smoke a joint before you go in, and then you and your friend aren't sitting together, but you're still laughing about it.
I was way past joint. I was full
Let's ask
fucking
Roland.
shroomed out.
How was the Reiser interview? Did he have a good time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was a good interview.
What did he say?
I like Springsteen.
Thank you for having me in.
Where are the Charlie Sheen tickets?
What?
You heard me.
You seem fine today.
That's true. That sleep might have helped him a lot.
I know.
He went to sleep at noon.
He's a fucking big bear.
Now, here's the other thing. Last weekend I was with you. Jimmy was sick.
Yeah.
Still came in. Still got things done.
That's right.
Didn't take a 14 fucking hour nap.
That's right. We could have done a fucking...
Rip Van Roland. LOL.
I'm very suspicious of this NyQuil sick thing.
That is true. I really did fucking man up.
You did. Cause when have I ever let you guys down?
But you sound fine
yesterday.
Today.
Well, yeah, because I took a lot of NyQuil.
That's the fucking day.
Yeah, nothing matters. And then Roland is like a cat. When Roland feels like he's in a corner, he is like a cat.
That was a perfect answer. When's the last time I laid down for tickets? Yesterday.
It's not even officially yesterday. It's only
What
a
else
few
is there
hours
to
ago.
talk about,
Right.
though? Other than the thing of, like, I didn't do bad things before. You did this time.
Yeah, it's the last thing I care about. You never even called.
I was asleep. I would have called, but
You
I
didn't
just
sleep from noon until now.
I did.
Charlie Sheen was at Radio City Friday night.
That is true.
Why didn't we go
could
Friday?
have gotten the tickets Friday for Sunday's show.
Because he said you were going to Philly.
Ooh, he did say that.
I came back.
You did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I
you
went
know?
to Philly Thursday.
No, you did. Thursday.
Oh, wait, now you're messing with me.
Oh, I thought you went to Philly Friday.
No. What do you got him on a pay no mind list, kid?
Well, girlfriend, I'm on the schedule.
Take him off that fucking list. Seriously. Take him off that list.
Wait a minute. Where the fuck am I Charlie Sheen ticket? You fucking
Didn't you text me that you were walking over to my place Saturday to give me something?
Yeah. Well, all I
Did you drop off?
asked you for was Charlie Sheen tickets, and my old man's gonna fucking take me to Radio City to see fucking Charlie Sheen. And you're gonna tell me you're gonna decide out of the fucking blue to take NyQuil and sleep it off? Why don't you tell us what really happened?
That's a great Nick Nolte.
It's getting better. Seriously, he's getting so much better.
Amazing.
He's just kid a little fucking man.
Hey, there you go. You're nailing it today.
Best exchange ever.
Ron, why don't you tell me the
There's
truth?
Billy Bats in that bar.
Ronnie needs the truth today.
It's wonderful.
Ronnie, get the truth out of him. Break
I
his
don't
leg.
understand. He's living a
his
double.
leg.
He's living a double life. That's all. And whatever it is, it's okay. You're
Ronnie-
accepted here.
I was in my underwear. in
Roland, tell me the
nightclub.
truth. You couldn't get,
Oh, now we got underwear.
right. Yeah. You couldn't get the tickets. Just
Now
be
it's getting
honest.
hot.
No, I can get the tickets.
If you couldn't get the tickets, you couldn't get the tickets. It's not a big deal. Just say what it was.
He hisses when he feels like he's in the corner.
It's like a bad cat.
What it was?
I told you, but
I
you weren't
know,
listening.
I know, I heard you, but I
when he
didn't
feels
hear-
like he's cornered and he doesn't have a real answer to anything, he'll hiss at you.
I didn't know where the sound was coming from. That was rolling?
Yes.
Let me see you do it again.
You are a fucking strange guy.
Yeah.
And no one, you know, like you meet someone from radio and you go, I never would have thought he looked like that. Roland
perfect,
is like
right?
fucking A #1. Like, how the fuck does that sound come out of that machine?
Oh, really? The
He's
other
got
way.
a high, like, effeminate, like, fucking gay, like, he works the floor at
Don't fuck
fucking
with him,
Macy's
though.
voice.
He'll go fucking crazy.
Don't fuck with him.
He will not. He
Jay, I'm
doesn't
not
fucking
even
play
fucking-
games.
He's a fucking-
Roland doesn't fucking play games.
Don't touch his face.
Jay, we're not even joking on this
Don't
one.
touch his ears.
We're not even joking. Roland
Take
is
him
the
to the
real
zoo.
fucking deal.
Roland, are you like a fucking crazy man? You
Oh,
fight?
yeah.
No, I don't fight.
No, you sound like a midget.
Why don't we play the poll clip?
You want to turn this into a win-win? You want to fucking push back some things and wrestle like your old high school days?
I wrestled Anthony. It's on YouTube. I fucking headlocked the shit out of him. Almost broke his neck. I'm out of the business.
Why didn't you get in? Why didn't you get in win-win? That would have been perfect for you. Playing a fucking wrestling coach.
What's
that?
The fucking yeah.
I don't know. Nobody asked me.
Oh, yeah, you would have been
You've been perfect for that.
That's like when people come up to you and go, "Hey, how come you don't make like a? You know, you'd be really good in like a Vietnam
But
movie."
this is fucking North. It's a Jersey town wrestling
no
coach.
one asked me. What do you want me to hire myself?
Yes. I think Jay's a fucking terrific actor.
Jay is a terrific actor.
Terrific fucking actor.
I think I'm starting to become pretty good, but not.
No, you're very good. I've
good.
watched you.
you're-
Most comics are very.
You really are a great
When I
actor.
see myself, I see how hard I'm working at trying to do the thing, and like starting with seeing other people, I see myself not working.
Who's comfortable to you? Who, when you watch, you're like, I'd like to be in that feeling of comfortability.
Mark Ruffalo.
Really?
Who's
Just
that?
Fucking talks.
Who is he? I know the name.
He just got nominated for.
I saw that movie,
The Kids
too.
Are All Right.
You like
Yeah,
The Kids
that's you.
All Right?
I love it.
I like The Kids All Right. Did you see The Kids All Right, Ronnie?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Nah.
I was really
What'd you
fucking
say?
disappointed by it.
You're
Really?
kidding.
Yeah, I thought, here's what I hated. The fact that the two lesbian chicks couldn't have like an alternative family. That it still had to come back to, all right, what she really needs is dick. She can't fucking turn out cock. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, let them be different. Why does everything have to fucking return to just being like everything? Just like in Up in the Air where he caves at the end and you really found out.
That movie stunk.
I'd
Yeah, I
rather
agree.
be a nice guy
Everyone
at
nominated,
home.
too.
Right.
You know, it's just like we still have to fall back to if you're fucking different, you're unhappy. You can't give the people the fucking
Just
chance to be
explain it.
themselves.
That movie stunk Up in the Air.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible, and it fucking was. I
Kendrick-
like the idea of the fucking guy is just like, I'm not fucking like everyone else. I'm just gonna fucking go around with nothing. That's a fucking interesting thing.
He had a lot of miles, man.
That's really true.
Him packing his suitcase was the most fascinating. Like that kid, is that Reitman's son?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
it
is
was.
right.
He did a fantastic fucking job filming. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
The packing of the suitcase, the putting your entire life in that little fucking bag, was fascinating.
Yeah, I thought like that
And
philosophy.
I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then a half
yeah.
hour later, I'm going, Anna Kendrick. Who?
I hated when they took all their clothes off and they showed the funny scene of the two of them like disrobing and like doing their business. The guy and the girl. That was fucking painful. Oh,
You
gave
got-
a shit.
He hates
Oh,
Reitman,
the two.
son.
It was almost a good movie, though.
It would have been if it wasn't for the
Almost.
cast and story. I fucking hated it.
The concept was good, like Ronnie's saying.
Yeah, I did. I like the thing. Some
was
people are
good.
different. Some people don't fucking live like everybody else.
Right.
Why do you have to make sure at the end, it
relate
is
to
better?
that guy.
Just like Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Why were they so fucking mad at him? He's trying to get into the family. Let the fucking guy come around. He gave you sperm. He gave you life. Now he'd like to fucking come over for mashed potatoes with the dykes. Let him come in. Why does everybody have to act like, oh no? Even though we're lesbians, we're still like a mom and a dad. Just like you people at home.
you're right.
Don't fucking change. It's like everybody has to fucking fall back into that if you do something that they deem as a sin, you're fucked.
Your nose is dripping.
I don't fucking... God damn it! I wish I would have said this fucking 15 minutes ago.
We're breaking Ronnie P today, I think.
It's too early. It's too fucking early.
picked up the
Well, I
napkin.
thought-
I was staring at Ronnie's
nose is drippy.
I was staring at Ronnie's nose,
Yeah.
and Jimmy picked up the napkin.
Old shiny nose McGillicuddy. I
Well,
gave
and
him-
Ronnie would have called me for Charlie Sheen last night. Ronnie would
Where
have called
was
me.
it? Where was the
Radio
fucking
City,
tickets?
it was right
Yeah,
there.
fucking.
But Mark Ruffalo is a good actor.
Good one, Jim.
Do you think?
I like Ruffalo, yeah.
Jimmy just went, yeah, fucking.
I just ran out of steam. I'm the run out of steam kid.
I like Mark Ruffalo a lot. And you know who I really like is, I really
Bill
like...
Pullman, he's natural.
Sam Neill, a real fucking, he's like a regular fucking. All right.
Who else do you like?
I really like the kid, not Ryan Gosling. Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
I don't know who it is.
I know who he is. I don't know one thing he's done.
He's fucking terrific. He was in like the Mickey Mouse Club too.
Jack Black is very good.
I agree.
Guy's fucking, the eyebrow goes up, you're like, uh-oh.
We're in
Stuff's
trouble
about to
now.
happen.
We're in trouble now.
Hey, how did Arthur do? Was that this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
He's got the, oh, sorry, Ronnie. Go.
Yeah,
But
Ryan
because
Gosling.
it came out the same time as another fucking comedy, the
Hop,
high
that he has,
No,
Hop.
but that high thing, they also split the money. The High Times or whatever the fuck it is.
Soul Surfer?
Your Highness.
Your Highness.
Yeah.
No, that comes out.
Danny
No,
McBride.
that was out. They both
Oh,
fucking.
shit.
They
Didn't
both
do
did,
well then.
Yeah, neither one of them did.
Have you
big
noticed
money.
the promos for all like comedy, like all movie promos? It's almost like by design we're gonna just show fucking snippets of conversation, like no jokes.
Right.
Like Your Highness is supposed to be like this wacky fucking comedy, and it's literally like we've come to protect you, and it's like Your Highness Friday. And you're like what? Like nothing funny. And like Arthur,
saw Your Highness.
It's Jennifer Garner in a fucking magnet, and he goes, "Something in this room is attracted to you." That was my novelty.
It's good.
It's very good.
I'm not saying the man's not a good actor, Ronnie, but Christ, you gotta take that hill, Stavros. That was fucking good.
It is.
That was fucking.
It's amazing to watch this thing.
The first
evolve.
one through the window, the skylight. I gotta take this shit from Kevin Riley's little boy.
For 8:30, that's good Nick Nolte.
Great.
He's getting there.
Oh, the
it's
guinea
so
DAs,
much
the
better than when we
lawyers.
started this morning.
Certainly. It's going to be the evolution of Nick Nolte by 10. You all right, Jay?
I wish you
Are we
dead.
done with rolling?
On Thin Red Line, when he tells, you gotta take that hill, Stavros. I don't give a shit. I got good men out there. That was bad.
Can we get Roland's top 5 before he leaves?
Top five. What?
where's
Nick
Roland going?
Nolte's.
He's got
Top
the
5
Springsteen.
Nick Nolte films.
Top 5 Nick Nolte films is good.
No, Nick Nolte's, not film.
48 hours.
Don't hamstring him.
He went 48 hours.
No, Nick Nolte's. Anything.
What's your
It
second?
could be any genre
Another
of Nick
fucking
Nolte.
48 hours. The follow up.
Was he? I don't think he was in that one, was he?
Yeah, of course he was. Roland, this ain't the fucking,
This is like fucking
Charlie
Ron
Sheen
Fest
concert.
now.
This is real. This is fucking real.
You fucking asshole.
He went to sleep at noon, and that's why I didn't get to go to Charlie Sheen.
Something fucking
I can't
happened.
let that go.
You fucking-
Something happened.
Of course. He didn't have the tickets.
You fucking hibernating bear son of a bitch.
He wants to be the man, and he
Well,
just
that's
isn't.
true.
Poor Roland didn't feel well.
He looks
I want to rub
fine.
Vicks on his little back.
Little.
Yeah.
He's a fucking
What's
bear.
your 5 Springsteens?
Springsteen's?
No.
He'll
what are your
rattle
five
it off,
Bruce-
though.
What are your top 5 Bruce Nolte's?
Bruce
Bruce
Nolte's
Nolte's.
good.
Surprise us.
Incident on 57th Street.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with.
Oh, wait, what?
Incident on...
No. What
Oh,
did you
sorry.
just say?
Wow.
Just say what you just said.
I don't remember.
What song?
And that's how, and
Just repeat.
What was the first song you
repeat
said?
what you...
Incident on 57th Street.
All right, they said 52nd. All right, go ahead.
No, 57th.
How does he say
That's where we worked.
Sit there.
What was that
All
first
right.
word?
Say that again.
Incident on 57th Street.
Yeah. He just kind of rushes. Roland just goes from like...
Just like a fucking drunk leaving the Grasshopper Bar and Grill in fucking Pequannock, New Jersey. Where's Street?
Go ahead.
I enjoy Talk to Me off the Promise.
How many times have you seen Springsteen?
160.
That's not true.
He follows him around.
He sees the sound checks and everything.
That's why we're asking.
This guy's seen Bruce more than Bruce's uncle seen him. Something.
Yeah.
We're hearing
Chip, good to see you.
Jay, we're
Thanks.
hearing the ultimate top 5 list because this guy knows it.
Talk to Me, you said?
Yeah, I enjoy that one. It's a fun song live.
I don't know what it is.
Fun.
Sing a little bit.
The Fever.
The Fever.
Sing a little Talk to Me, because I don't know what it is.
Hey, you talk to me.
That's good. That's good Springsteen.
I don't think he says... Pet.
It's Big Springsteen.
You know, you're a fucking motherfucker.
All right, what else?
Sante.
Give us the... What is he up to? 2 to go?
Hold on, time out.
What is this?
Stop coming through.
Wow.
Don't it look like a wallet?
She's a pretty girl.
A couple beautiful girls. Tonight, Kit Kat Club rolling. Smoke grass.
You betcha, buddy. Yeah.
Get your
Roland doing crowd work.
Get your 5 out, Roland. Get it out.
It's tough.
What about meeting across the river? You like that, Roland?
Yeah.
You ever feel fucking bad?
No, but that's good if it goes into Jungle Land Live.
Oh, it's got to be a fucking back-to-back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jungle Land, I do
Fucking
enjoy.
Lincoln Lounge, you gonna hook all that shit up together?
It's like fucking we will rock you and we are the champions. They got to be back to back.
Well, that's just crazy.
I like the Jungle Land.
Don't punch his ears.
What else, Roland?
And probably Kitty's Back is one of my favorites. And Thundercrack.
Yeah?
What are you saying? Spirits in the Night? That's fit for you?
That was really good, too, yes.
Crazy Jane, Intermission Man.
Lazy Bob on Twitter wants to know, Roland, how
Tell
was
Lazy
it?
Bob to get cancer.
No, there's a good one.
jeez.
How is it?
Hope not.
How was it like to
Just
star
kidding,
in
Bob.
How was it like to star in Despicable Me?
Words hurt.
It's a great that's a great observation. If you saw the
I didn't
movie.
see it. Is it good?
Candy's Room, no?
It's an animated.
I do enjoy
flick.
it, but it
Top
has to go
five?
Candy's Room until she's the one.
I'm gonna go Brilliant Disguise. And this is the fucking dullest shit we've ever
All right,
talked
yeah,
about.
we're done with the.
Oh,
It's done.
can I hear this guy's Nick Nolte impression?
He's got one.
It's not gonna be better than mine, Stavros. I got good men out there. I can't.
Staten Island, Jimmy. What's up, brother?
Good morning, boys. Yeah, when he was in affliction and he was pulling out his tooth, he's going, Jesus Christ, it's my goddamn tooth. You know? And he ripped it out with a pair of pliers.
That wasn't bad. Your phone connect. Do it again.
You heard me.
No, I'm actually.
See, they don't believe us.
I'm really not fucking with you.
I'm an asshole, but I'm not stupid.
No, dude, I'm
I
not
swear to
fucking
God,
with
your
you.
phone was
it
really
actually
bad.
was not a bad Nolte, but you
How
only
great is
did
that?
one
They don't
line.
believe
It wasn't
us
as good as
anymore.
mine.
Okay, right, I'll do it again. I know you're going to say hi.
Slow
No,
it
no,
down.
no.
Slow it down.
Move the phone away a little bit.
Okay, I'm moving it.
Rub it on your bush.
Let's go.
What's in your pants?
Oh, nice. Old school. Let's do it.
I'm going to fucking do it.
Go ahead, man.
Jesus Christ, it's my goddamn tooth.
It's not bad.
Are you
It's
saying
Nolte with a bad phone. It's
not
is
bad.
how it's
Yeah.
You know,
Nolte in
another
fucking
thing with
89.
Nolte-
That's not
another
bad.
thing with Nolte is when he does that, when he does that whisper.
That is true.
You just got a bad phone. Sir.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What's the first
Lowenstein.
This guy had a
here's-
25-hour energy drink.
This is the
or
new
something.
fucking game here. What's the first time you remember Nolte where you're like, oh, I know that fucking...
48 hours.
Who'll stop
48
the rain?
before?
It's gotta be
I say,
48.
I say Rich Man, Poor Man.
See, I didn't see that.
Oh, no, weeds.
Fucking classic.
Who'll stop the rain? Fuck.
What?
Who'll stop the rain?
I didn't know what that is.
It's a
It's
movie
an
he
early,
did.
very early. It's great. He's
What
like
about
a,
Weeds?
It's a dope thing, right? He's a fucking.
I don't remember. I remember the
Come back
song
from
at the
Vietnam.
end. Yeah, I believe so.
I like any of the movies where the guy's back from Vietnam and he's still kind of fucked up.
Coming
You
home.
get away with a lot of shit once you got back from Vietnam.
What was Pryor's
They don't do a lot
movie?
of those movies, though.
Pryor did a movie where him and Mario Kidder kissed on film. That was a big one.
Superman?
No! My health doesn't allow it.
Here's like a fucking weird thing they do in those movies. You're back from Vietnam, but you're still wearing the fucking jacket. And you're like...
You gotta wear
"What?"
the jacket.
Yeah, you look like Linderman.
But seriously, you're not helping yourself.
You gotta wear it,
You
though.
look like a fucking outcast right away.
What are you in the T-Birds?
You gotta stop. It's like I'm off the football team, but I'm wearing a helmet around town. Doesn't make any sense. Get a new jacket. You're trying to fucking fit back in.
De Niro did one of the best jobs probably ever of being the uncomfortable guy back from Vietnam and
Deer Hunter.
Fockers, I was going to say, but yeah.
Well, Taxi Driver, was he supposed to be
I
bad?
fucking had him, you stuttering prick.
Was he a Vietnam vet in fucking Taxi Driver, or he just fucking came off that way?
He said he was in the
wore
Army.
the jacket.
No, that was Rickshaw Driver.
He was in the Marine. He was in the
Oh, yeah.
He was in the Marine Corps because when he applies for his license, the guy says, "Will you?" The guy says, "Will you drive in Harlem?" And he goes, "Anytime, any place." And that's not an impression.
No, it's good, though.
That was very good.
Shut up.
Who are you
And
talking
then
to me?
He goes, he goes, "Anytime, any place." And he goes, "Weekends, holidays." He goes, "Anytime, any place." And he goes, "How's your driving record?" And he goes, "Clean, like my conscience." And the guy just leans back in his chair and goes, "You gonna break my chops?" Because if you are, you can take it right under the arches. And he goes, "Says here you're in the military." And that's when it turns for him. And he goes, "Yes, sir." He was in the Marine Corps. And the guy goes, "Yeah, no kidding, me too." And that's how he gets the job, because he was in the fucking... But I think he was a Vietnam vet.
I was hoping we'd get somewhere towards the end of
Anytime,
it.
any place. How'd your driving record? Clean, like my conscience. You talking to me? Dice doing fucking... I listened to the worst of...
You were like a crazy man. He texted me out of nowhere.
Bro,
I'm like, what's he talking
I'm
about?
fucking driving in my car, and you guys had Dice in as the same time as Judd Apatow.
Yeah, he bothered
and Dice
Judd that day.
decides to fucking do impressions to impress Judd Apatow so he could be in the funny movie. Funny Sandler, that fucking cocksucker. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good kid, right? And he was trying to impress Judd Apatow, so he... And you forget, he's a fucking great impressionist, Dice.
Yes.
And, like, he nails him. But then, like, you could tell too much time as he eroded the fucking sandcastle of the impressions.
Right.
So then when he did his Pacino, which to me was always like, wow, like spooky good, it was very strange, like a little off.
And it was old Pacino as well.
And then Judd Apatow does fucking Tony Roberts out of nowhere.
Oh, that's right.
And everyone starts laughing. He goes, "Oh, twins, Max, can you believe it?" And then fucking Dice just ignores the guy. And Opie goes, "Hold on a minute, Dice. The fucking director of Funny People just did Tony Roberts." And Dice goes, "But why? Who wants to hear that?" Dice just, and it was like the most insane thing.
It was a perfect Tony Roberts.
It was,
But you know that
I
fucking
gotta
Dice never
appreciate
watched
that.
a Woody Allen movie in his life.
Probably right.
You know?
Probably
that
right.
It was confusing to him.
It's 1991 all the time to him. Like, me and my wife saw him in Vegas, and it was like 100
My wife and I.
room. You're a fucking fucking motherfucker. Keep him here. Keep him here, Artie. And he was in that weird room with like a fucking fisherman's net on the wall. He came on stage to Fame by Marilyn Manson, but he let the whole song play before he walked out. And everyone's looking around like, is he an O-show? Fame! Ron's like, yeah, we know how Fame goes.
Wait, is that a remake of the Irene Cara song by fucking Marilyn Manson?
Yeah,
that sounds great.
She's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
She's Coco.
Montgomery. Ralph Garcia. I met him once. He hated me. The guy who played Ralph Garcia.
Make sure you get back
He's
to
in a Beretta episode.
Make sure you get back to the Dice.
Who gives a turkey?
But you know, we got Coco coming in later on today.
Oh, wasn't that great?
It wasn't supposed to be this way.
Put your thumb in your mouth.
It wasn't supposed to be this way.
Yeah, her awful fucking candy corn tits.
She just went in another room.
Oh, she was wonderful. I want to dance like Bruno's father. Remember him on the cab, his awful dancing? My son!
So, Dice, what? Get back to the Dice.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good, Oak. Way to pull it back together.
Let's
So
do
Dice
it.
is doing his
Let's do this.
impressions, and then all of a sudden he goes, the insanity of it was, the razor's edge of Dice doing the "I'm the fucking greatest that ever bow down at my feet. Could you get me in your next movie?" Like him fucking ricocheting back and forth between being the Dice Man and trying to be nice to Judd to get him into a fucking Judd Apatow, Adam Sandler. Like, I could be in funny movie, people with the movie. Watch this now. And he's like, and it was like watching a fucking child dance in front of the TV. And then he goes, these are impressions, you know. And Judd Apatow goes, "I remember watching you at Pips out," and he goes, "Who cares?" And like he couldn't fucking get his brain around, am I fucking kissing Judd's ass, or am I the fucking king of all things in the world? Am I Dice, the greatest man in the world, or am I trying to get a job from Judd Apatow because I don't want to play Uncle Sputchy's Chuckle Hut in my fucking leather coat in August? And then he did a fucking Sammy Davis Jr. impression, which was like not great. Not it was better than my Nolte's getting better.
Yeah, it is.
We said
but it was good enough that you knew he was doing Sammy Davis Jr. But it was bad enough that it was fucking humiliating to listen to in your car 6 months after the fact. And he's singing "What Kind of Fool." Can you find it? Someone has to find this.
We got it.
He's singing "What Kind of Fool Am I?" And Opie goes, "Look, he's got the," Opie doesn't know what to say. And he goes, "Look, he's got the lip and everything." And at one point, obviously, I guess Dice stands up, and like everyone's so uncomfortable that 3 guys at once go, "Oh, he's up. Like he's fucking drunk."
We did a Ronnie B. It's just
he's
very uncomfortable.
He's up. He's up. Like, he stood up and nobody knew. Like, I'm not the only one. I could be in the fucking movie. That cocksucker. And then he went on and on about, like, how it was just the fucking...
And then they exchanged numbers, and Judd still didn't want to give Dice his number.
Oh, he goes, "Can I get in touch with you without having to go through, like, fucking 12 people?" Right. And Judd Apatow goes, "Sure, but can it be, like, 4 people?" And he goes, "Come on, who said what to who now?" He couldn't fucking make up his mind if he was the fucking Dice Man, a gag, or if he needed a fucking job.
We got E-Rock. E-Rock's going to find it. All right.
It was fucking, and then
you text me. I'm like,
cards?
"What are you talking
and
about?"
then Anthony did fucking.
How fucking hard is it to find? You got a computer in front of you.
Spelling Dice wrong.
Then Anthony did Pacino. He goes, "It always sounded like he had his mouth wired shut." He's like, "The man you see before you." He starts doing Pacino, and Dice goes, "Come on, stop it now! I'm doing Pacino now." Like he wasn't even. There was nothing connecting him to the fucking human race.
Right. He needed it all. He needed it all and more.
But he needed, it was, oh my God. And my wife, when we saw him in Vegas, we left because we had fucking panic attacks because it was the strangest. You can get Dice pit seats for $200, premium seating for $150, or general admission for $75. And I said, "I'll take general admission." And she goes, "We're all out of general admission." I go, "All right, then fucking premium seating." My premium seating, the guy behind me is sitting at the bar and his knees are against my chair. Like it's like a fucking bar that he was performing in. And my wife goes, "Oh my God, I'm having a panic," like loud.
Right.
And everyone's looking around like, this is really fucking strange show. And we're in the cab, like, sad, leaving this fucking show, and my wife goes, "Do you think he thinks he's doing good?" And I said, "Absolutely." And Opie agrees with me on this. Absolutely. And in his defense, and he's one of the greatest comics that ever fucking lived. No one can fucking rock the garden like Dice rocked the garden. That's in the books. But the fact, like, he can sit in his room in the Hilton or wherever he was performing and go, "People come from all over the world to see the Dice Man." And there's a couple Japanese people in the audience and a family, so he's right. But it was a fucking tough hustle. But this fucking Candyman shit.
We got it. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
Please let me stop talking.
We got the Beatles and all this other fucking things going on.
Wait, I have to open
and
my
then
eyes.
Sammy Davis.
No, I have to open my eyes. Ed Sullivan didn't curse.
Opie made everyone close their eyes. He's like a fucking child.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Close your eyes, everybody.
And then, all right, our show tonight includes Sammy Davis Jr., okay? Why can't I find my eye? Perfect. No, see, that was an effect. It's an... What kind of man is this to never fall in love.
You do the mouth and everything.
He's up. It seems like.
Now he's standing.
All right, he's standing.
Glasses are on.
I'm the only one that I've been dreaming of. Count, joke. Why can't I? And that I'm just doing that for you.
That's it.
Oh.
Fuck, now I just want to listen to the rest of that bit.
And then he gets such a and then he almost does cuckoo.
I count. And I don't know, did Sammy Davis ever do that? Did he ever do that?
I feel like he did now, though. I feel like he must have. I feel like he must have.
He's got the mouth and everything.
We didn't know what to say. That means we didn't know what to say.
He's got, look at him. He's got the mouth. He was like Anthony was like being like his nice Italian aunt. Like, look at him. He's got the mouth. He's doing all this.
300-pound nephew. Look at his nice.
Look at him. He's handsome.
Look at the collar on that shirt. How nice it is.
Let's do this again. That one section.
Count.
Yeah, that part.
For Ronnie. Joke. Why can't I? And that I'm just doing that for you.
And Jimmy, who's like, you guys have been friends forever.
Many years.
Even Jimmy goes, and he's wearing glasses.
He's wearing glasses.
We didn't know what to just stating facts. Sometimes facts are
wearing
helpful.
glasses. Ants going, he's got the mouth and everything.
Pants.
Fuck. I'm making people close their eyes.
He made everyone fucking close their eyes because it's like the real guys in the room. Oh my god, I fucking feel.
Well, when
you know,
say
Judd hasn't been back since.
Jeez, I wonder why.
I know.
Probably him and Rise are on the fucking cell phones with each other right now. What was that about?
No way.
What are they doing there?
It gets weird.
Two ships and two separate. What?
Yeah.
It gets weird in here.
I try to fucking.
It
It does.
You fucking just swing your heads at the monitor.
The riser came up. We wanted to see if he was on TV.
Oh wow! You guys
Remember? Yeah.
We'll turn up the TV.
We play
'cause I
more
bet you-
dice doing impressions.
Sure, whatever
We
you
move
want.
like
man.
fucking fish in here. We're moving at the same time. It was like a fucking drum corps.
I want to know more.
Everybody's moving.
I want to know more about Jay's son.
What?
Because the monkey fucking.
It was a fucking great story. Seriously, that story. That story was so funny. But here's was the sad thing.
I want to hear about Ronnie's kid.
He's around to fucking promote his TV show, and he's, struggling a bit, and then you come in crushing, doing funny fucking stories, and that kept it from being helpful to him.
Yeah, he was out of his.
He didn't
league
have one
at that point. He wanted to have a nice story.
How the fuck do you know? How you gonna be? I can't stop doing that fucking Tracy. What about your kid?
He's a fucking Sammy Davis Jr.
He's got
impressionist.
the mouth and everything, and he's wearing glasses.
And let's
Got
keep
on
our eyes
glasses.
closed.
Look at him. Hercules.
I want to hear it again.
Yeah, it was fucking. I think he's a beautiful boy.
There we go. One more time.
Hercules.
One more time.
Count.
Take from the beginning.
All from the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, we can do that. Could we play this?
Not right away.
We should play this in the 10 o'clock hour, the whole fucking segment now. All right, go ahead, E-Rod.
We got the Beatles and all this other fucking things going on.
Wait, I have to open
And
my
then
eyes.
Sammy Davis.
No, I have to open my eyes. Ed Sullivan didn't curse.
No, during rehearsal he would.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
All right. Our show tonight includes Sammy Davis Jr., okay?
Uh-huh.
Why can't I find my eye? Perfect. No, see, that was an effect.
Eye joke.
It's an
From 63.
kind of man is this to never fall in love.
You do the mouth and everything.
He's up. Seems like
Now he's standing.
All right, he's standing.
Glasses are on.
I'm the only one that I've been dreaming of. Count, joke. Why can't I? And that I'm just doing that for you.
That's an episode of the fucking Flintstones when they get hypnotized. I can't. Yabba dabba do.
Right.
But Apatow could have thrown him in that fucking movie. What's the big deal?
It's him.
Yeah, give him a couple minutes. They had
There's a
everybody
lot
else.
of guys they probably should have used in that movie.
You know who else was in that movie? Riser was in that fucking movie.
Was he?
He did a
was.
walk on. Yeah.
Ray Romano was funny.
Wait,
as
you
hell.
like funny people?
No.
I didn't.
I didn't or wouldn't see it.
I'll
There's
tell you
not
why.
a single
Way too
likable
fucking long.
human being in that movie. Not one person in that movie has one likable quality. The girl's cheating on the husband. Sandler's a fucking cock to Rogan. Rogan throws fucking Jonah Hill.
Oh, no, Seth.
Rogan throws fucking Jonah Hill under the bus to fucking go on tour with Sandler. Sandler's a fucking dick to him the whole time. Calls, then fucking cheats. It was like, is anyone fucking nice?
And every single joke was a dick joke. Like, everyone stand up. My dick's not as big as I want it to be.
It's good to be here. I have a really big penis, and
What's amazing is the gag movie posters and movies they had for Sandler weren't really far from the front. Like it was Sandler's head on a baby's body going, I want some more breast milk.
And what was the merman?
Like, that's really,
he would have done it.
I can't believe Ron Bennington would say that about Adam Sandler.
Remember we were supposed to get him recently?
Oh, yeah. Remember, Roland? He made me watch that fucking movie.
Where's the band?
What band?
There's a band in here right now that you
Foo
fucking
Fighters.
promoted when no one else would. I didn't want to say Foo Fighters. I didn't think we were supposed to.
I used to talk to Dave Grohl all the fucking time. And now he's wandering around with the Foo Fighters. You can't get him in.
You fucking put him over.
Put him over. He needed someone to talk about his new band after Nirvana, right?
When you were listening, Jimmy, to Dice do that fucking Sammy D, he fucking really, be honest, and not saying anything bad about Dice, but what makes me crazy, hysterical, is he fucking is trying to act like he's goofing off, but he fucking really went down and got it. He swung from the fucking heels.
Hit it out of the park.
He fucking wasn't going like, hey, just get a hit. That's all we need. All we need is one pin, Rodney. He was fucking upper decking. He was fucking putting.
He wanted to walk off. He wanted to fucking walk off.
And again, then he couldn't make up his mind if he was goofing off or if he was the fucking greatest entertainer that ever lived. Yo, Anderson.
Yeah, we could do home run calls. We're gonna break here. Fuck.
Oh, why?
Why not?
I wouldn't mind a good tinkle.
Yeah, Jimmy. I know when Jimmy needs to leak. You can see it in his face.
Will you do a cuckoo for me, Ron?
Ronnie's got it.
I can't. You know what I'm going to do? Let's fucking play that for Dave Grohl. Let's fucking seriously try to
When we get him in, right?
grab Dave Grohl and then make him feel uncomfortable the way you guys do.
Impossible.
Fucking 5 minutes
Dave
of
Grohl's a rock
uncomfortability.
star. He's not going to feel uncomfortable in here.
When I was on SNL, I was at the after party, and I go up to Dave Grohl, and I go, hey, you want to go smoke a joint? And he goes, I'm kind of doing... And I was so out of it and so fucking crazy at the time. He has his fucking arm around his paternal and maternal grandmothers. He's holding like two old ladies.
And you don't notice.
And I just walk around, hey, man, you want to go smoke a joint?
Oh, Jesus.
And he goes, yeah, I'm kind of doing something right now, but thanks, though, man. And then I racked focus and went, wow, I'm not even seeing human beings. I was ill. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
We're going to talk about how ill you
After
are.
Jimmy's pee.
On SNL.
Count. Why can't I? And that I'm just doing that for you.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
All right.
Save it for the end, gentlemen.
Sam, why don't you grab a mic real fast? Because Sam is always trying to, stir shit up.
No.
And you're telling me that Roland's a little mad right now, huh?
What happened, Sam?
Well, you guys brought up Roland, and I just said he was kind of tired of you guys calling him a liar. He's getting a little sick of it.
Who called him a liar?
Well, for the people that are tuning in for the first time,
Ever?
I was supposed to go I was supposed to go to Charlie Sheen last night with Roland. I was just waiting for the phone call as I'm watching Tiger blow it last night or yesterday afternoon with the Masters thing. And I figured Masters is over. I'm going to roll up to Radio City Music Hall with my friend Roland, check out the Charlie Sheen thing, and then I would have a full report for everybody. Never got the call from Roland. Turns out he took NyQuil, did he say, at noon, and slept from noon until now. And
That's
so
what
I
he
called
said.
him out on him. There's no fucking way, but he swears that's what happened. That's why we didn't get to go to Charlie
Then
Sheen.
how did he wake up in time to do the show?
Well, he was here early. I got here a little before 5, and Roland was already sitting in his office. What was that about? I don't know. It was weird.
This is a vacation week.
Maybe he walked over from fucking Charlie Sheen across the street. He was there at the Charlie Sheen after show.
Yeah.
But you're saying he's getting mad now?
Well, because you guys keep bringing him in to tell him he's lying.
Well, then
'Cause he is
Ronnie
lying.
brings up, this is Ronnie's thing now. now because Ronnie wants everyone to be uncomfortable.
I don't even understand
We're all
that.
walking from the bathroom. And,
I'm with you.
And Ronnie's basically saying, "Look, there's which
Pat Smear.
It was Pat." And you go, look, they're going into Howard. And we learned that the Foo Fighters weren't doing Howard Stern today. Roland swore that the Foo Fighters weren't doing Howard or us.
I don't know
Russell
anything
Brand
about
do
that.
Howard?
Oh, yeah.
When was he here?
Oh, maybe he didn't do it.
No, he didn't do
for
any serious.
Arthur, yeah,
So
yeah.
Arthur didn't do well.
No.
No, but I think it was crazy to put it up against Your Highness. You got all.
I would have thought
The
your
same
Highness
exact-
just would've fucking tank.
Same audience,
and
right?
Arthur would have done great.
No, he's also in Hop. That's another Russell movie. He's got two
Right.
movies out at once.
Half animated. He's the stupid
How
rabbit.
bad did Arthur do? Do we know?
It's
It did
in
12.
second place, so we had the number 1 and
Yeah,
number
but it
2
did 12,
movies.
which means that it drops down to 3 this weekend. That's a bomb.
It's not. Yeah, it's certainly not where they
It's not
wanted it
good.
to be.
So where's Roland? So now he's got to explain the Foo Fighters thing.
Did you see Ryan
yes,
Gosling
I'll go
and
get him.
Lars and the Real Girl? Where he's in. I mean, kid's incredible.
He's got a couple movies coming out too. Where he's doing too much.
Really?
Slow it down. Yeah, I like him as the
overexposure?
indie guy. I like an indie guy.
Slow your roll, big man.
Yeah,
Ronnie likes the Indies.
I like you and Ed Burns. That's where I'm fucking comfortable.
You know what? Ed Burns started Jay Moore's.
Oh, really?
Ed Burns and the African American community.
Started the Jay Morse.
Oh, that's Jay Moore's.
I thought Tracy Morgan started the Jay Morse.
Yeah, it was Tracy. Yeah. It was,
Roland's hiding. I could see already. This ain't happening.
so tell me, how did Roland and Voss get into it?
Let me tell you something. I do 1,000 sit-ups a day. Look at this 12-pack. He just holds his fucking shirt up and shows you his thorax. He has the fucking worst body, even though he's in shape.
The star-bellied sneech.
We said that be careful with Roland because he will snap and he's very scary.
Well, do you
And we're
think he
not
knew the
fucking
truth
joking.
before he told you, or he just found out later?
Which one? The Foo Fighters at the Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, the Foo first, where he was saying, no, they're not doing anybody. It can't be touched.
He says it's a workaround.
Well, here's some information about Paul Ryan.
Okay, let's see.
How did Rich Voss and
My two
Roland get
dads.
into a physical...
Which bit are we doing now? You want to do the Rich Voss?
I want to know how Rich Voss and Roland got into a physical altercation.
I don't remember. Does
Get me?
Z-Rock or somebody else
It
remember?
was just an argument that had gone awry. I don't remember exactly. It was on the 57th Street facility. And
how does it go to standing up to touching?
Well, it was like Roland will say very, very personal things if you slam him a certain way. Like, you know how comics slam you. Roland just kind of goes, like, Roland goes fucking Michael Richards Laugh Factory very quickly.
Wow.
He's that
and
guy.
then Voss goes,
Dropping
you don't
that.
fucking say that about me.
Exactly. You know, and Voss wants to stand up for himself. Just
And
sad.
Voss always says he's a black belt all the time.
Not a black belt. My greatest moment is I was on a date with a girl, and we saw Voss outside a Chinese restaurant, and he showed us a karate kick, and he slipped in garbage juice. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. He fell on his back in garbage juice, throwing a karate kick. His little Jewish feet.
That's one of the greatest stories.
His fucking
Now, Roland,
Yes.
let this be known. Let this be known that this is a Ronnie Beat thing.
Why would
Me and you
Voss
were still
call?
close.
Call, boss.
Well, Roland.
Shut up.
But here's the thing right here. Sam came
Blah,
down.
blah, blah, blah. I got other things to do.
He's really getting mad.
He really
I
get
told
mad?
you.
What? But who
talk that
pulled
way
it?
to fucking Ron
Who
Bennington?
just fucking brought this in? Your guy
They
Sam.
just get a little fucking respect.
Who?
What?
What?
Roland's
Ron
getting mad. I
didn't
told
even-
you.
Why are you angry,
It's not
Roland?
good.
Because.
Great
Because you
answer.
understand the backstory of why we don't get that person.
Well, that's the. Ope
Well,
wants to know why. Why
It's
is
not
this?
for the air. I told him in the hallway. It's not for the air.
Well, then you would have to tell Ope.
Oh, you
that.
didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I did.
In the
In the hallway.
I
thing
knew
you
it.
told me.
Mm-hmm.
But why would that be a problem?
Because it's like, I don't mention names, so I won't get in trouble.
I'm not saying names.
I know, but
Oh, you don't want.
yes.
It was a workaround. Well, we're just surprised that the Foo Fighters are doing.
Well, what do you mean by workaround?
There were some workarounds.
Yes.
Instead of going through the proper channels, you know, the corporate lingo.
Okay.
There was a workaround.
So got to be in a workaround situation.
Yeah, it's a workaround
Answer
situation.
my question, or you'll be standing tall before the man.
Good call.
That was nice.
Yeah, because
That
it
guy's-
was a hoo-hoo call. So if you want to talk to hoo-hoo.
Yeah, we'd
you
love
want
to talk to
Get
him.
him in here.
I can.
Go get the
I'm
hoo-hoo.
back there.
Why not? You're a fucking grown man. You go wherever you want. It's a free country.
Roland, you having a
It's
tough
America.
morning?
It's a free American
Yes.
country. But when you're in my cab, no busting heads, right?
Roland's having a tough morning. I could see it in his face. This is the Roland you don't want to fuck with right here. This is not the ticklish fucking Roland right now.
But you told me Roland was fucking really putting a dump on your show. You said, what the fuck is up with Roland fucking me up?
But here's the thing I don't understand. Why would Sam bring that into everybody's attention?
Yeah, Roland.
And then Roland comes down here and doesn't want to be
This
here.
was a Sam thing. Sam said
Sam
that.
you originally fucking said, oh, this is great. This would be great
Roland's
radio.
getting really pissed
then you
off.
bring him down, and now he's fucking hurt for real. It didn't work
You're
out
like
for him.
fucking Jill Zarin.
The Housewives.
Yeah, that's what Sam is. He's a shit stirrer.
Oh, that's bad.
You know all the shows.
Roland, I'm
love
just
him.
disappointed in the Charlie Sheen thing. NyQuil slept
Roland,
at noon.
look. You know, you and I get along great.
Yeah,
the
I
last
love
thing
you.
I want
Yeah.
is for you to put your fucking hands on me. You're
a little fucking James
crazy
Packet
person.
off.
But
we want
Opie's who's your boss?
No one really.
Opie.
No.
Opie's just superior. Yeah, he is.
Look how strange that fellow looks.
Oh my God, I hate him for 3 different reasons.
Fucking ADD radio.
I know 2 of them.
Jay Moore, ADD radio. What the fuck?
So your boss says, I want to go see Charlie. When did you ask Roland about Charlie Sheen?
Last week, it was the thing, Roland.
And now that he's
Me and
saying
Roland
to
are-
his face, you're like, and this fucking
No, this is-
idiot, you said, I asked this fucking idiot to get me Charlie Sheen
Roland and
tickets,
I are
right?
actually friends
Yeah,
outside
no,
this place.
I respect him, yes.
We're
That's why he's
friends
gonna-
Well, then why do
outside
you
this
call
place.
him a fucking idiot when he's not in the room?
Because I'm fucking mad now.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
has
he
a-
respects you.
No,
He
I
don't
do
talk to
respect him.
anybody.
Roland, I think
Yes.
you blew me off yesterday, and I just
I
want to know
did.
why. And
I did
it
not
wasn't
blow you
NyQuil and a
Thursday, he asked for the tickets.
Wednesday.
Even better.
Wednesday's even better.
Wednesday, hump day. He asked for the tickets.
Yes.
You said our
You
your
had
friend
Wednesday?
would get you in.
My friend had got the passes, but I was
So then why didn't you get the tickets Wednesday after work? There was no NyQuil then.
because I wasn't going to see him until Saturday.
We're
NyQuil
gonna
knocks
see
you
who?
out that.
My buddy, but I was sick, so I just stayed home.
Your buddy?
Yeah.
Why
My
don't you
friend.
call fucking Ticketmaster?
What?
It's a new
I
I'm
text.
not
said-
rich. I'm not rich.
You're a fucking producer of a show. It's all a write-off. The whole world's a write-off.
Not the way
Knock it
to
right
be.
off.
Not
Right
the-
off.
Well, I'm very suspicious. I just.
What color
I'm
was the
disappointed.
NyQuil? Green or
What?
red?
Oh,
It
good
was a
question.
new orange.
Orange
That's
is the
Dayquil.
That is Dayquil.
Roland. Dayquil keeps you awake, brother.
You took Dayquil
Oh,
and
fuck.
slept for 14 hours like a fucking black bear in the woods of Calgary.
What day is today?
Pretty much, I guess.
Well, this really didn't work out how you planned, huh?
No.
We just thought you'd be way more
Oh, here we
entertaining,
go.
Roland.
Here we go. We going to Charlie Sheen tomorrow. That's me at 10:30.
Charlie Sheen was last night.
That was 10:30 Saturday night.
Oh, Jimmy, you've done it again.
Roland writes me at 10:38. Wait for my buddy to clear the passes.
Yeah.
And
When
then
was
he-
this?
10:38 Saturday night. And then a minute later, I'm sick now, been juicing. I got the sore throat and coughing.
Yeah.
So that was the first, like, all right,
So
look, fuck, I'm not going to get the
10:33,
passes. I
you're
better
Mr.
That was the
Start
warning
producer.
balloon.
I better start playing the I'm sick fucking card.
10:33, you're on it. You got a guy. You got fucking shit happening. 10:35, I've been juicing
And I'm sick.
and I'm sick. In 2 minutes, you went on a juice fast and got ill.
No, but it'll progress overnight.
No, according to the text, it's 10:30, and I agree with Ronnie. It can't be texted past tense.
No, and also it can't be bad news like this. You know what I mean? I mean, he's like fucking the Charlie Sheen tickets for him. He's like a guy waiting for a bindle, and then he's going to get a text. I'm sick. That's going to be a fucking. That's going to be a conversation.
Have you been let down
I feel like I've been let down.
this much
I feel
from
like
Roland ever before?
I feel like our friendship doesn't mean anything to you, Roland. That I don't even get a phone call.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
So now I think we need Foo Fighters to make it all good. Can you make that happen?
Tell Grohl, why not?
Powers to be won't let it happen.
What's your job title?
But why?
What's
Why
your job
can't?
title?
Can I ask a question?
A monkey boy.
No, for real. What's your job title?
Talent booker.
Fucking book something.
No, he does a good job at that. I'll give him that. Now listen, Roland, can I ask you one question? Why can't the Foo Fighters do Howard in our show? In your humble opinion, without
Unplugged.
without you.
The one plugged, the other unplugged.
What?
Done.
But what? But why? Why does he care? Now we're talking in code. He just wants because he's.
He won't let. he
Look,
does-
I got a lot to say, but I'm trying because I am friends with Roland.
Are you a gay guy?
No.
He's gonna fucking strangle you.
Why?
Of half a slice.
Go back to half
Chelsea.
a slice.
No, that wasn't disrespectful, right?
No, I'm not gay. Not like Fez.
Well, we don't
Where
know
did that come from?
Wow.
Where did that even come from?
Wow,
So not only are you disappointing your boss, you're taking pot shots.
That's right. They already have a bad problem.
Fucking franchise.
Fez and him already have a problem.
I talked to him about it off the air. I said, "What is your fucking problem with Fez?" And it seemed like something easily remedied.
How come you don't like Fez?
I do.
Oh, okay.
What?
But fucking let's air this
I'm
shit
so
out now.
confused. It's getting weird.
You don't
in
like
here.
Fez because of what? Because of why?
It's not me. It's the whole department in the world. He bothered the publicist. He creeps around like a little creep and bothering publicists.
How can
That's
you
the
say you
truth.
like someone and call him a fucking little creep on a
Yeah.
radio show?
Those are not
listened
like
to
words.
By hundreds.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's the truth.
But how does he creep around, or is he just trying to get some guys
creeps
for the
around.
show?
For why is he creeping around? To get what?
Is he trying to get your job, you think?
No, I
In the
know.
end?
Just
What is he trying to get?
People.
For what?
Unmasked.
So,
That's his job.
But he goes about
That's
it the right
his
way.
job.
He goes
He's
about it the right
doing
way.
his fucking job when you're home sleeping on the fucking couch
Oh,
with NyQuil.
shit.
Fez is going,
Oh,
hey,
shit.
there's a fucking Paul Reiser's in here. Let's get him for fucking unmasked. And like, so Fez is doing what Opie's asking you to do, right?
But there's a protocol. That's
Here's
fucking protocol in his
here's
face.
literally it happened with Paul Reiser when he did our show the other day. Then Fez said to him, because Fez produces the Unmasked show, hey, we also do a show called Unmasked, and his people were like, yeah, that'd be great. They got fucking mad at Fez for that. For even
Because
saying
he's
that.
already coming in for June for that, so everything was already set up. Fez jumps the gun and bothers publicists.
How's that bothering? Hey, you can't say to Jay Moore, we'd love to have you back, Jay.
It's people talking.
Right.
Like, you can't
It's
send...
called the world of entertainment.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I'm in the world of entertainment, and I don't appreciate you fucking talking to me like I don't know the fucking business and how fucking the business works. When fucking human beings interact, it's total human nature to go, hey, Ronnie, when you're in L.A., you want to come by to Melrose Improv
Right.
and do a spot?
They're
And you
human
go,
fucking beings, man.
It's a fucking human being, man.
Not humans doing, humans being.
Humans being.
Ron, you might want to move over a little.
Roland, let's just make sure there's never physical time. Opie's afraid you're going to attack me for
We've
some
seen
reason.
it, man.
Why?
We've seen it.
That was a good one, Roland.
I don't
Jay, he's the one guy in this whole fucking place you don't want to fuck with. I'm telling you.
I disagree about Fez bothering the I think sometimes with publicists, a guy like Fez just asking is acceptable. I think that's fine.
That's how human
He's a
beings
fucking
Yeah.
host of a show.
A lot of times you go to talent. Like there was something I was trying to get done recently, and the publicist was giving a hard time. So I went right to the guy because I know him, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." I mean, it was like sometimes you have to go right from person to person with the other talent, because publicists block things for weird reasons, and they block things because of their own preconceived notions and their own prejudices. So if you go right, if Fez goes right to Paul Reiser, like if Fez followed the publicist down in the elevator and was bugging him, that's
But
different.
you said
But
he was
didn't.
creeping around.
He does. He creeps around.
He just hangs around.
But this was his own show. Paul Reiser was doing the show.
Yeah.
Said I had a
Paul
nice
Reiser.
time.
It was
And
the other guest, not Paul Reiser.
Who? You told me it was Paul Reiser.
No, it was the other guest when we had Danny McBride.
Who?
Danny
Danny
McBride
McBride.
from Your Highness.
And
How'd
what
that
happened?
do?
Did good.
Yeah?
And what happened?
Should have done 2 more fucking interviews.
And what?
Yeah,
You're
a
not
couple
a fan-
more interviews would have helped that
You're not a
movie.
fan of his TV show?
Whose
Oh, no,
show?
Jay, you're not a fan
Love
of...
Eastbound and Down.
Oh, you do?
I never saw it.
I liked Eastbound.
When
Now.
when it first came out, you gave me a call and you fucking were like, I don't get it.
Did I? I don't
Yeah,
think so.
I remember that.
Like, it's one of my favorite shows.
Second season not so good though, right?
I liked the second season. I got fucking weirded out at first. I'm like, what's he doing in Mexico? Everything's changed. But then I
Then
fucking
you-
picked
then
up
you-
on it.
Then you went with it.
Yeah.
Roland, can
Roland,
I talk openly about the Foo Fighters? In my opinion,
Sure.
see, this is one of the problems with this place. Foo Fighters belong on this show, but they're doing Howard, and this is not Roland. I swear to you, Howard has a really good friend here that's in a very high place, and purposely fucks with the show. He's kind of two-faced. He sort of looks at us like he's helping our show, but then at times like this, he's not helping our show on purpose. And you think if he's working for the company, he would do the right thing and get the Foo Fighters on Howard and our show. It's a no-brainer.
You want Billy Hayes to go talk to this guy?
It's a no-brainer. Is that accurate, or you don't want? You could say no comment.
No comment. Accurate. Yes.
See,
that's true. Yeah.
So
Well, why do you have a problem with?
Why would it matter if the Foo Fighters do a great interview for Howard and then stop by here and say hi? Why would it matter to that guy? And I'm not going to mention his name. That is really close
God
with Howard.
knows. Nobody knows.
Unless it's very personal.
I don't know.
Weird.
I have no idea.
Dave Grohl did our show a million fucking times.
Why
in
is
the
it
past.
a problem for Fez? See, you and I are coming at him like a two-pronged attack. We're like fucking
trying to get
taking
some
New
things
Orleans
done.
back from the British here.
Trying to get things done.
Why the fuck can't Fez say to a guest like that's how fucking people talk? Like, I don't understand why. And I'm really just curious. Like, I don't know why that would ruffle your feathers.
It doesn't ruffle. It just when he leaves, publicist comes to me. Why did somebody do this? Why?
When he
Well, what makes a publicist such a big
publicist, why
fucking deal?
They're not.
Your
They're
publicist
fucking
is
snooty
supposed to be
assholes.
talked to, like, so you're not bothering the fucking star.
Well, they said like I won't be pitched when I'm here. Just
Well,
send
so
me an
what?
email.
Who gives a fuck who you are?
Well, then that's what he said about Fez. Who you are, like bothering me.
Who said that? Danny McBride?
No, but not to Fez. Fez only heard this after. The guy was real fucking nice to him. But then Roland went to...
publicist was.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Don't pitch it to me in my face."
But he didn't say that to
But
Fez.
you know what? I will say this. Any publicist who's angry that a guy is saying, "Hey, could you come do this interview?" to the publicist is a shit. Publicists are really weird. They're a necessary evil. You have to play with them because they exist. You have to. But they are shit. But the majority of them are fucking horrendous.
But Roland's not mad at the publicist.
But
Roland
no,
is
I
mad
know.
at Fez.
Right.
It's complete
I know.
displaced bizarre
And isn't
Fez.
the whole...
I'm not mad at him. I could waste two.
Isn't the whole... you wouldn't not be mad at him and say you wouldn't waste two fucking breaths on him. Those two thoughts don't coincide without anger.
And isn't it the job of the publicist to search out places for their
Yes,
people? So why would that bother?
Now you take Jay Moore when he replaces Regis. If someone says, "I'd like to do a fucking article," and Jay, you want people asking about
Well,
you.
you got it, fellas. And then I tell the
Or at least
publicist,
go to
keep
the
their number.
publicist. Then the publicist goes back to
Penny
the office
saver.
and figures out what makes sense.
Call back
So-
Penny Saver. I'll do
Right.
it.
So Fezzi going to the publicist, I don't really
But
see
the thing
it
is
as a
that
problem.
the department already had Danny McBride already booked on massive planning things ahead of time.
So what?
So then it should be doubly not a problem.
Right.
And they should have went, hey, funny you should... Why am I yelling? They should say, hey, funny you should mention that, Fez. We're already booked. Thanks for reminding us. Wow, you guys are really eager to have our client on your
Jay,
show. We can't wait.
And so now Fez feels really bad about himself.
And could you continue this conversation with Roland as Larry Merchant, please?
Roland,
it's good.
when Danny McBride first broke onto the comedy scene, no one could have thought that a man named Fez Marie Wadley could bring him down. Today, you, Roland, have brought him down. Jim? Okay, Jim. I got the fight. 4 rounds to 3, Roland. Fez... All right, it's a fucking... It's a bad room.
I'm trying to find Fez to see if he's in yet.
Going to somewhere Nolte?
Yes, please.
Isn't he
Roland,
doing? He's doing his laps by
Tell
now,
me
isn't he?
now what
Yeah,
your
probably.
Tell me...
I don't have a problem.
Fez Watley, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? That's
Nothing.
not a word for the face you just made.
Nothing.
You don't like him.
No, I don't say that. Like,
I
I don't have nothing.
I'll get the real answer
Would
today.
you say
when we get
Fez is a
juice.
friend of yours?
I mean, the work friend, not a friend.
Is Fez a friend of yours?
A work friend.
Ronnie B and I have only seen each other in this fucking studio. That's
True.
a friend of mine. Jimmy's never been to my house. I've never been to his house. Jimmy's a friend of mine.
I want to come over.
I want you to come over too.
Consider it done.
Jimmy
Call my
tells my wife
publicist.
his deepest fucking secrets. 5 minutes. I go to the bathroom. I come back to fucking old girlfriends.
We had a nice chat. Yeah, I
My
like
wife's
the...
like this poor guy. You know, when he was 7, there was this thing with an ironing board, and I'm like, whoa, whoa.
You just let it all
How'd
out.
that
huh?
happen?
People tell her everything.
I was probably overtired, but it was, I don't think I said anything to her that I wouldn't have told
No,
other people.
it was all stuff that I
Within
already knew.
seconds,
Yeah.
you're telling her
My wife
everything.
is an odd. There's an odd thing where people tell my wife.
My mother has
everything
that
about
too. People just tell her everything. It's one of those things. I like women who I can just tell anything to. They remind me of mother.
Ron, you're not going to stick up for your guy here?
No, I mean, seriously, the thing is, beyond like even show stuff, Fez has the heart of fucking gold. He does.
And he's having a fucking hard time.
Yes.
He had 3 fucking heart attacks. He's got. I asked him to go to my fucking Foxwood show last year, and he burst into tears on the radio.
Well, you pressured him. You pressured him. That's how
Not
you felt.
Really.
He
But
got
last
asked.
time I called, I realized I was playing Foxwoods, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Where you playing?" I go, and I fucking pulled up with a stand-up
But
double instead
then
of
I
stretching
noticed
it out.
this. But I'm the same way.
No, you fucking stay right there.
I've called Ricky's people, so I have to.
Rich Voss said he's going to come in.
Wait,
and
what are
kick
you
your
doing?
ass.
I have to call Ricky's people. They text me.
Wait. This is real. Louis C.K. writes on his Twitter, I'm waiting in the lobby to go on O&A. Roland the Booker's making me wait forever. I'm going home if he's not here in 1 minute.
All right, go down there, Roland.
We're supposed to have Louis C.K. today?
Just text me. So.
He's probably with Ricky.
I'm guessing he's with Ricky.
He really. Look at him.
Then you play Mark the Baby Elephant right there when he runs down the hallway.
Someone tweet fucking Louis C.K. and tell him we're coming to get him. It's getting weird in here, Ronnie. It's getting weird in here.
It's a very strange place.
Very strange. That's going to be the new tagline. Opie and Anthony, it gets weird in here.
I was trying to get him fucking riled up.
No, when I saw him come in, that was the don't fuck with him face.
He really does.
He's like a fucking psycho, huh?
Yeah.
I asked him if he was a gay guy because when he's doing all his like hand gestures and stuff and pointing to his butt and doing like his shrugging the shoulders, he to me looks like a gay guy. Am I in left field on that?
Yes. Yes, you can't say stuff like that.
That's just something you should
It's just something that's wrong.
So wait, if Louis comes up with Ricky, if they come early, we'll just talk him early, but we have to...
Yeah, I don't know what the other thing.
You gotta dump out, right?
We we have to... Ricky has to be a replay, we
Let's blow
promised.
up his Letterman spot.
Can't do that.
But we can talk to Louis.
But if they're together, you gotta just...
Then what happens?
I have to piss anyway.
Well, they're not going to wait around for 40 minutes for us to
They
talk
shouldn't
to them.
wait at all, no.
Yeah. So then they explain to Louis, maybe we should just do it live and see what happens.
The Louis
Ricky.
won a big
No, he
comedy
can't.
award.
He did. What did he win?
Did he?
Whatever that Comedy Central thing is.
Oh, good.
And here's the
I heard
thing.
there was something at Comedy Central.
He beat Ricky. So there they are together, buddies.
Not
and
for
then
long.
they make you fucking, compete against each other.
Yeah, not for long, though. They're not going to be buddies anymore. All right. We almost had Roland fucking attacking somebody.
I didn't get that vibe at all. Roland.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
didn't see it
either.
in
He
his eyes?
seemed fucking confused to me, but I haven't seen him go
He
crazy.
just seemed like a dizzy prick to me. Like, just a
Well,
fucking...
he and Eastside Dave don't like each other, and Dave doesn't fight with people.
And there's a common denominator, Roland.
Yeah.
You got a fucking producer that doesn't get along with people.
No, he's a booker. No, he gets along with people.
Yeah.
Roland is actually really, really good at his
I
job.
never in my life met anyone's like, I have a fucking problem with Fez Watley. Like, that's like crazy. That's like, I don't like fucking Miles Davis kind of blue.
Roland is kind of a goofball, but he takes on our show, but he takes his job very seriously. So maybe he feels like Fez
He
is
didn't get
stepping
you
in his
fucking
territory.
how?
I'm just telling you.
Charlie Sheen tickets.
Well,
He
that was
took
that was
fucking-
a
Was that
bad,
serious?
That was a bad
Dayquil.
one.
Foo Fighters.
That was a bad one.
How about that?
All right, that's a bad one too.
So what are you talking about? Why do you have his back so blind?
Foo Fighters are beyond his control, though,
Why
'cause
do
I know what happened.
Jimmy knows. Jimmy
Yeah,
will
it's
help
beyond
out.
his control.
When
Names.
Roland has brought guests back to this show that the company and no one else could do.
Like who?
Jimmy?
Yeah, he has.
Who did he bring back?
He brought that guy.
Oh, he was good. He was one of my favorites. Told Jay made everything uncomfortable.
Fucking Ronnie got way better guests than we did, and
Hey,
then
when
Roland came
Roland-
back, and then we finally got guests too.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're doing it.
Fez.
It's all fezzy.
See, that's what this is about.
Yes.
That's what this is about. Roland sees the big names on.
Well, the other thing is you're
Ron
on
and
at
Fez.
a ridiculous time in the morning.
Yeah.
It's crazy how early it is in here for guests, I think.
But it gets weird.
Like they come in a whole different vibe. Like Paul Reiser came in totally different.
He came in looking at his shoes, too.
Yeah.
It was very odd. He came in. It was
He
a little-
probably got him wet by the pool. He's like, yeah, $20 shoes.
He was intimidated.
That's why I met her.
Jay.
Same thing.
He was intimidated.
By whom?
I don't know. Maybe just because it's a bunch of people he didn't know. I know that look. He was intimidated.
I'm going to go pee.
Even though he's a big star.
Why don't you make him feel welcome, though?
I don't feel like doing that ever. Jason in Jersey. Jason.
Hey, I got a question for Jay.
Jay
Jay,
Moore.
that show that you were on last night with
Jay said he had a great time. by the
Andy
way.
Cohen. What is it with that guy, though? Is he?
Of course he is.
Is it what?
But he acts like
That one
he
we can
loves
say,
all the
of
women.
course he is.
Is he?
I think most gay guys are very into the
women.
Talking about the women because it's all about like the fashion and the Christian Louboutin
Yeah, what is
shoes.
that all about,
Like,
though?
I love your purse. I love your necklace.
I think he talks about it perfectly. He
Like
talks
my wife
about it
and I
like
met
a gay
Ruf-
guy.
My wife and I met Rufus Wainwright, and he fucking straight up and down mad dogged my wife like a straight guy.
Yeah.
And I looked at my wife, and my wife looked at me like, "Did that just really fucking happen?" He goes, "I love your necklace." And then she goes, "Oh, thank." And like we're, it's Rufus Wainwright. It's,
Right.
To us, it's royalty, And he didn't stop in the necklace. He did the full elevator, up, down, and back.
But do you think he was like attracted to her, or just
I think
the way
my
she
wife
was her?
could flip
a guy.
guys like that. I don't, Are you still
Rufus
there?
is pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
So what? Your question is he a gay person?
Well, just the way he acts.
I didn't see his papers, but
you would have to say yes.
I would think
you would have to.
I don't know the answer to that question.
You were hilarious on that show.
The only show that he does here is Outkick.
Why are you watching it? You must be a gay person.
No, it actually just came on after that show. My wife and I were watching that Real Housewives, and man, what a train wreck those women.
Jason, hold on a second.
It was fun as hell, that show.
We got Liam, who's a great booker for Sirius XM. What happened with the Foo Fighters? Because Roland's not really willing to talk.
I asked for the Foo Fighters to do a couple things while they were up here. They wanted
including
to do,
our show, because it's perfect for our show.
It's great
right?
for your show. Dave's a great interview. They wanted to do a whole takeover for Alt Nation and was told that that was the only thing that they were going to do. And then someone on Friday made a phone call to Dave Grohl and got something else done.
Yeah, and that's someone I kind of talked about without mentioning his name.
Okay.
But, all right, so that someone gets them on Howard, so why can't...
We made the phone call. It's
but
just
why can't he do more shows?
He's sitting in a studio down there going track by track through the album and recording stuff. They gave us an hour of time to do a 4-day takeover channel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ope.
So he's really not taking it over for 4 days?
He's recording content to take it over.
Oh, boy, you just tore down a wall. People like to think the guy's
It's supposed to
sitting
be
there
live.
for
They're
4 days.
supposed to sit here with us for all weekend.
Ronnie, you like to think the guy's here for 4 days, don't you?
You know what? There's a reason they call it show business.
That's
okay?
right. That's
Not
right.
just business.
Right.
All right? You got to have a little show to this.
You just show the business
Well,
and not
yes,
the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't show the business. Don't fucking let the Rubes know they're not going to win the big fucking dog.
That's the first time I've seen the album, too. They just handed it
So
to
he's
me.
going to rush through his 4 days in what, an hour?
Yeah, and then bolt.
It's going to be an hour, Ronnie, not 4 days.
Yeah, okay.
But
so
they're going to spread that
I
hour.
say-
They're going to spread that hour over 4 days.
Wait, is that?
We got
is
the
that
answer.
them in the hallway in the.
Where's he
they're
now?
split between two different studios. So
Fez is talking to him. Fez is
Fez got the rear.
Fez took him in to do drops in the other room. Whenever I'm in the New York City area, I listen to Ron and Fez. Is that it? Ron and Fez with a Z?
Does Fez make them do that?
No.
I
No.
would imagine.
Isn't that like
I
the
like
most...
to think he does.
Yeah. Isn't it the most...
It's the worst thing to hear on a radio show.
Well, did you ever hear that Albert Brooks album where he goes and does every radio format? It's the funniest fucking thing in the world. I can't think of the name. Oh, I think it's called A Star Is Born. And he does the whole album is done in studio, and he does, this is what happens when I'll act like I'm doing talk radio, and you could fill this in, right? So one of them, he goes, good note. And he's actually going like this. This is Albert Brooks, and whenever I'm in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, the Two Pines area, he just, so you can pull it, and then he'll do you're listening to W-A... B, C, and the whole, you'd be able to fucking make your own drops out of it.
That's great.
It's fucking the funniest thing that ever happened. You know, he's got a book coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll be interviewing him.
I hope so.
We
you know,
certainly won't be.
but
Why not?
Will you get me the interview?
I would like
on the
to.
disc?
Yeah, I'm going to get you everything.
I'd love to get Albert Brooks.
Should we take a break? Is Louis here?
I don't know if he's here.
E-Rock's saying we got to take one more break before
All right, let's
10.
just take the quick
And he's
break.
begging.
I'll make love, and then we'll come back on.
Is Louis really here?
I don't. I think Roland's down there getting him.
With Ricky?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, if
What
we'll
if something's weird?
Yeah.
Something's really fucking
Always-
strange.
always
Did
weird
you
in
know that Louis C.K. was going to be here today?
No.
That's the beauty of the show.
The Desert Inn has heart.
That's
the
why-
Desert Inn has heart.
That's why we never promote anything, because we don't know ourselves.
You should really tear Roland a new one for fucking up Louis C.K.
Oh, now there's 3 things, Ronnie.
See,
now that we got 3 things.
I think you got your own personal thing.
No, I just want something to happen that doesn't involve me talking.
We should break and come back in case Louis is here.
Louis was supposed to be a surprise, so the listeners blew that with their Twitters.
Ooh.
Then again, if Louis twittered it, it wasn't
How
a big
old are we?
surprise.
Why do we need a surprise?
I love surprises.
You wanted the Louis C.K. as a surprise?
I
He's
live
got
for
the
surprises.
cake. He's gotten you cake. It's going to be so
right.
nice.
Balloons.
He's bringing him with a pony. Get on it, Opie. Today's your lucky day.
Well, Louis is coming down the hall now, so
We really have to take a break.
Let's take the break immediately.
Just for company purposes. They got to get their bullshit
Louis did a
in.
great
So
job.
when we get back, Louis C.K., stay there.
The Virus, Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Well,
we're coming back on now.
yeah, we're on. Jay Moore is now reliving the Paul Reiser walking into the studio bit. Louis C.K.'s in studio. It's been a very weird morning, Lou.
Award winner.
And,
like it.
My man.
and we almost lost
well.
Louis C.K. because I guess you were supposed to be a surprise for us.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I would rather you just know that our friend Louis
I'm not
C.K.
a
is
person
coming
that
in.
you surprise somebody with.
No, but I think that's Roland covering his
It's
ass.
like, hey, look, it's your mailman.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Because I think he forgot to tell us that you were coming in, so all of a sudden he goes, it's a surprise. And then, just to get everyone up to speed, then Louis is in the lobby, and he's tweeting that he's leaving if no one comes and gets him, because he was there since 9, because he dropped his kids off. And then he did leave while we went to break, and Roland had to do Heart Attack City to go find you.
Yeah, he looked pretty bad when he ran and found me on 7th Avenue.
How many blocks away were you?
Just half a block. I knew he was going to come. I was being a complete asshole.
That's fine.
I knew that if I went half a block away, Roland would have to run.
Right.
You know, it's not fair because he's extremely efficient whenever I come here. So he sets a high standard. So, like, it's been 17 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then I shouldn't have Twitter because you shouldn't be able to punch out your big, your sudden thoughts.
But that's why Twitter.
Because I'm a little
is
cunty.
great. Yeah, I know. But
17 minutes is a long time, though. 5 minutes is
But now
reasonable.
that momentary cuntiness is in the Library of Congress.
Good, it got action. It should have been there. You should have waited. You should have done it after 8 minutes. I would
But
have
it's
done
our
that.
fault because we were beating up Roland for another thing. He's having a tough morning.
Yeah, but
Because
his
it
phone's
blew
in
me
his
off at
pocket.
the Charlie
It would've
Sheen
just
last night.
vibrated like I'm fucking downstairs, right?
Or you can put the guy in the system, and then you just walk up, get your fucking pass, and come up.
Now I'm looking at the cunty tweet. It says, all it says is, I'm waiting in the lobby to go on O&A. Roland the Bookers make me wait forever. I'm going home if he's not here in 1 minute.
That's cunty.
That's
cunty,
right.
yeah,
That's
it
right.
is. But
That's
you
not right.
You just want
He
to
has a job. I have a job.
You just won a major award.
Yeah, a major award.
What'd you win? Congratulations.
I won an Oscar for.
Oh, see, I thought they were
Best
a while
Picture.
ago. I didn't realize you had that. There you go.
I was the best picture.
You're incorrigible.
Who'd you beat out?
I don't. Oh,
Were you even there?
I was there because
Okay,
they
good.
told me 3 weeks ahead of time that
That
I
you were gonna
won.
win.
Otherwise, you would never go.
Of course.
And then the awards show sucks because everybody knew they won like a month before.
So you had
So
to
no
make
one's
a
like,
leap.
"Oh my god!" They're like, "Yeah." So thanks. It was pretty shitty.
I didn't
Who
watch.
did you beat out?
It was dumb. I beat out a handful of other comedians. I don't remember who they were.
Won't say no more.
It was Ricky. Ricky was one of them, and Whitney Cummings was one of them.
You beat out Ricky.
Yeah.
That's going to mess up your friendship, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't care about that. No, I'll trade awards for friendship with that guy any day.
Now, we're going to talk to Ricky in a little while, so it's not going to make sense that we only talk to Louis for 10, 15 minutes. But then when we replay the Ricky Gervais interview, whenever that's going to be, then you're going to hear Louis a little more.
Yeah, Louis will be here for the Ricky interview.
Right.
And for those of you listening now, you'll hear it in a few days. Fucking shut
Yeah,
up.
and I would have been here for 40 minutes if
Roland's incompetence hadn't bungled again. Roland hadn't fucked everything up once again.
Roland's had a tough morning.
As
He's
he
gonna
should,
he's gonna
derailing
come
this
back
program.
down here again, man.
He's got to get in shape.
Well,
I mean,
no-
for his own sake. If you need to run half a block and you look that bad.
True. It's very rare, though, that he has to chase down cunty guests.
Nick Nolte tried to leave last week.
Don't bring that shit up again.
It's not a great Nick
He's
Nolte.
working
That's
on
amazing.
it. It's so
I
much
never
better
heard
than
Nick
at
Nolte
6 o'clock.
before.
It's like Nick Nolte could sound someday.
3 hours later, it's right on.
Yeah.
Buddy.
It's been horrible.
It's Michael, like
It's
yours.
really good.
You fucking with me.
No, I'm serious. It
Thank
sounds
God
just like
Louis
him.
showed up.
Yeah.
At 6:30, I rolled out Nick Nolte. It was so
And they were
fucking-
shitting
was
on it?
over
No,
here.
it wasn't anywhere close to that. He's been working on it all day.
Yeah, it's been a progression all morning.
Yeah.
He's
And I'm
got
like,
it now.
I've
He's
done
nailing
this
it.
in my house, watching like Thin Red Line when he yells at Stavros. I gotta take the. I'm not gonna stop on my head.
Fucking Paul Reiser really
That
fucked
was
this
pretty
up
good.
today.
Did you
Yeah.
see Charlie? Wow, no one we know went to go see Charlie.
I
Sheen.
Exactly.
had
Why would
tickets.
anyone go?
You went to see him?
I was going
Thank
to so I
God.
could talk about it.
Oh, you went?
Why not?
He
No.
wanted to go, and Roland
'Cause
didn't
Roland-
get his tickets because Roland took NyQuil and fell asleep for 16 hours.
At noon. He took
noon.
Dayquil, though.
But
that makes-
Dayquil doesn't put you to
Thank
sleep.
you.
That's
The
exactly.
whole
Well, he
flies are
looks
falling
just
apart.
like Big A.
Who, Roland?
Yeah.
That's the whole point is it doesn't put you to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
So his lies are falling apart. And he's,
I could
he's
see
gonna
going to the
strangle
show
someone.
for research. Yes, you're supposed to do that.
I would. I would check it out.
But I wouldn't.
I wouldn't,
why would
I wouldn't
somebody
go
wanna see
thinking I was going to see a great
No,
show.
no.
I wouldn't go thinking I'm seeing Louis C.K.
You know, the best reason to put Twitter down is fucking. You are one tweet away from losing your job.
Well, from losing all to becoming infamous.
Yeah.
I mean, from really fucking what's his name?
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Are you past the Palin stuff? Because some of your Palin...
I got past that. I deleted those too. So after a while,
because your Sarah Palin tweets could have been your Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, they could have fucked me up.
Well,
and I actually think if I did
Patrice-
them now, like that's how fast it's changing.
Oh, now they're.
I said if I did them now, they'd hurt me.
here.
What did I say to Patrice in here?
I'll tell you. About
the thing of
how they named the thing.
The word
deal?
nigger came from because some black guy was being a nigger. That's what I said to Patrice O'Neill.
Sorry, I had to hear that.
I don't care.
No, it's okay. The thing with Louis, though, is if he's on a plane, your tweets get fucking crazy.
Well, because when I'm on a plane, if I drink rum, I go to a different state of consciousness.
That's something they say like in the gutter, like, no, only when I drink rum I get a little bit crazy. No, beer and wine am I. Rum, forget it.
Rum,
Ronnie.
forget about it.
Now you drink the rum because you're scared to fly?
No, I just let it. Being on a plane is an opportunity to drink. I don't drink any other time.
Yeah, that's
Do you drink to forget Lou or to dream greater dreams?
People do things on planes they don't normally do. You'll never see tomato juice anywhere but on a plane.
Yeah.
And
You know, I used to fucking have that before takeoff. Amazing story. Hold on, stop the room.
There's tomato juice all over the world.
No, but no one drinks it.
Tomato. Yeah,
you can have a tomato juice right now, but
there
you
are
don't.
gallons of tomato juice disappearing every second.
But I never drank
The planes.
I drank it because I'd be in first and I'd feel like a gentleman when they'd say, would you like a beverage? And I would have a tomato juice, and then it just became a habit.
Yeah.
What?
Jimmy loves great. What a fucking rump on her.
Yeah, she's got a big rump.
Oh,
What's her story? She's an intern or producer? What?
I don't know.
I
She's
don't
a
know.
big juicy
I think we gotta
honey.
leave her
though.
alone. That could get us in trouble
to
with the
tongue it.
HR. I think that's an HR system.
Yeah, you're not allowed to eat the ass of interns. It's frowned on in corporate America.
Jay Severance.
Jay Severance. See what happened?
Same
to him?
exact thing he said the other day. I fucked my interns. He's gone.
That's it.
He's done.
Who said that?
This radio host out of Boston.
Were
you there when you were there?
I don't know.
Are
Maybe
you
he
kidding?
was.
Are you serious?
No, it was in the
we
paper
lost another guy.
yesterday.
He fucked him? What a
At
dope.
least he said he did.
Was that
you
the
know, I
line?
mean, he said it as a joke or maybe serious.
You can't fuck with interns.
No.
Fuck 'em.
They're very sacred. They're sacred
Yeah,
people.
they really are. They're a sought after commodity.
Yeah.
Work for
Interns.
free, but don't fuck me.
What's wrong with him saying he?
Maybe he actually did fuck one.
So
Who knows?
Then he's just telling the truth on a talk show.
horny.
Perfect.
That's
Are
really
you
great
serious?
drop. That's a great
You
drop.
don't even have the fucking thing in
It
front
was
of you.
perfect.
Yeah.
He's just
So the
hitting
timing of
drops.
that was
Perfect.
amazing.
That had the timing of Johnny Carson. That
Yeah.
I was like,
Johnny used to have a 360
Legendary.
and just hit it all night.
We had a nice. You don't want to tell any more kids stories?
Fucking
I loved
Louis
your kid's
here.
story.
I've been talking for I talk too
I
much.
like
We
the-
all know I talk. There's no secret. I talk too much.
I loved your giraffe story. And then he goes, "You're fucking with me." We're going to the bathroom. He goes, "You're fucking with me with the giraffe story." Like it was a great story.
Well, you also pulled off your Twitter, right?
why are you
had
so
nothing to do with it.
insecure?
Yeah, why are you insecure?
Yeah, Jay.
Why do you, when you get praise, why do you think it's somebody trying to hurt you?
It's been a very odd morning.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been getting praise, not for real.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Paul Reiser sat in that chair for about a half hour, the most uncomfortable interview
Oh, really?
you've ever heard.
Yeah.
And on his bio,
made him
it
feel like
said,
a
I don't think
loser.
he's used to being a public person anymore.
Is that what it is? Because
I
we're
think
trying to figure it
he's
out.
been a rich, very rich guy in a house by himself. I don't know if he has a family.
Right, because Jay says if you're a comic,
But
you should be able to.
I don't know anything about
He
it.
I made that point before, though, yeah.
But Jay says
I
if
like
you're
the
a
fact that
comic,
you're giving Louis credit
you
for it.
You should be able to feel the room and go with it.
if you had
And
Yeah,
why
but he
you
hasn't
did
been
it.
on. He hasn't been on a
He said he
stage
didn't
in
do
years and years.
stand up for over a decade, and he goes, and then I went out to Hermosa Beach, and I went on stage, and he points at me, and he goes, and your comedy muscle gets fat. You gotta. I'm like, the fuck you pointing at me? Like I fucking.
Well, because
I
he
did a show-
recognizes you as his comedian.
See? Thank you.
He's saying, hey, you would know, right?
But
Because you're a
I wanted
comedian.
to say, no,
He was
I
paying
don't-
you respect.
A little respect.
You really think he was like, I'm going to get aggressive
No,
with
I'm
this
just
kid
doing
on
it.
the radio?
No, I'm just doing it for a fucking gag.
I
know
like
what
you,
he
you
means.
piece of shit.
I know what he means.
Just take a
But
shot at
admit that
somebody.
you were over there giggling
I'm
and
gonna get
fucking
to
with
that.
your back
But my
to
thing
him.
was, if you're a fucking comic
Yeah.
and you for fucking 10 years, if you go up on stage, if Louis doesn't go on stage for 10 years and you put him up on the cellar, you wake him up and say, just go fucking talk to people, he's going to be fucking hilarious.
I disagree.
I don't. You
Sorry.
want Well,
if I take a few weeks
the
off, I
Academy
get
of
a little,
Comedy
I get
does
a
it.
little nervy. I
A
don't
little
want to go
rust.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe the audience doesn't notice that.
If I don't go on stage for a while, I start having nightmares about bombing.
Really?
Yeah, like bad nightmares.
Wow.
Where I'm on stage in front of a huge crowd and I'm just going "Ah, ah," like I can't get it out, and people are starting to go, oh fuck, like it's getting ugly.
Is it always the same room?
It's different. Sometimes it's an outdoor thing. because those you can't control outdoor.
Yeah,
stand-up.
and they're typically good comedy venues.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Comedy doesn't need a roof. Let it breathe. Just like the same way with the Grateful Dead. It's easier for people to stretch out a little bit.
Let it breathe. You bring blankets. Nice setup.
Thank you.
I do blame Jay Moore for the Paul Reiser thing going bad because he did the half slice thing.
All right, we were talking about.
I'm bringing this up because
Jimmy,
maybe
when we started the show, Jimmy was talking about he had pizza last night with Colin. It was the first time Jimmy had pizza in years, and Jimmy, like very childlike and wonderful enthusiasm, goes, "Pizza's fucking delicious!" Like it was amazing. It was
It's been a while since I've had it.
It was the purest. Like I wasn't teasing him. It was amazing how funny.
I said
it was.
pizza fucking rules.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza fucking rules.
Yeah.
And then I said, we were talking about there's no good pizza in Manhattan. And then I said, Chelsea, something about Chelsea. And then Ronnie did something about a gay guy ordering pizza.
You have a half slice? And that's the new thing that we're trying to get to take off.
Yeah, we're trying to
half
get,
slice.
trying to get half slice. But just something about a gay guy ordering a half slice.
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Because they love a whole cup.
Why would he order half a slice? But somehow I believe it is like a trope that's been around for years.
To keep his washboard stomach.
it makes sense
a half
because he's gay.
slicer, like yeah.
We just don't know why.
Can I have a half slice?
And I pictured like 5 like beautifully dressed like gay guys, and like they're mulling around. The guy goes, "Yeah, it's gonna have it. Cool. Who's that? Who's that?" And the guy going, "Oh, you have half slices." And like
they got to figure out how to go in. How to go in on half
so
slices.
Louis knows exactly why I was laughing at that. Paul Reiser sits down. He goes, "So how's everybody doing?" And I go, and I just look at Paul Reiser and go, "Do you have half slices?"
But
and
here's the thing.
I start laughing so hard. It's like I don't know if you've ever done.
And he doesn't know why you're doing it.
Right,
Why would
exactly.
he?
Now, here's the thing. With Louis, you showed him the respect. You told him the backstory.
Right.
And now he's part of it.
That's exactly it. So
he
you,
feels
Louis and I,
welcome.
there's like a trench.
You blindsided him
Right.
with the half slice
with
thing.
the half slice
Right.
thing,
Right.
and you know what it's like
He
to
didn't
walk
know.
in and when you walk in
Why
to
doesn't
a
Louis
radio
like me?
place. Are you going to let anybody else say fucking anything?
I know I have a problem. I've been talking.
I know.
about it. I'm sorry.
You walk in now, it's too quiet.
No, it's good. You stood your ground.
Now you
You're not going to take it anymore.
See, the weirdness takes over everybody. See what happened there, Ron?
This is an aggressive room.
Wow.
You've been on radio shows where you walk in and then something's been going on. You don't know what it is.
Yes.
And if some young guy takes a shot at you, you're like, what the fuck is this place? And yet, he paid you a respect by throwing you a, hey, you know what it's like. You're a pro. About the Hermosa
still
Beach
wasn't
thing.
enough.
No.
And you're
That
still
still
like,
wasn't
oh,
enough
what
for
does he
Jack.
mean? It's because you live moment to moment. You're like a dog. You live moment to moment. You don't give anybody any credibility, and you don't take any responsibility for your own actions. You
That's
just
not
live
true at all.
moment to moment. You don't like an energy, you respond. That's it.
I take full responsibility for my actions.
Well, it's easy to just say
You
that
live-
out
yeah,
loud.
You live like a
You don't
dog.
actually do it.
But it is true. You have no past or future. You don't
No.
care about it.
That's how dogs experience life.
And E-Rock just told me we
They
have
have a
8
core-
minutes.
8 minutes for what?
What the fuck? Because we got to do the Ricky Gervais thing right at 10.
Great,
Because
excellent.
people get a bitch when we don't go past 10,
Fuck
which is
'em! No.
perfect day to go
They'll
past
hear
10,
more
but
of
we
this
can't.
fucking fantastic fucking
Someday,
kind of dogs?
later
week.
on this week?
Yeah.
What?
Get it? Did I miss anything?
What kind of dog?
All dogs are like, what do you mean, what kind?
Like,
He wants to know what
if you
kind
had
of
to
dog
pick
he
a
lives
breed.
like.
There isn't a vast difference in brain structure
No, but when
between
I
a
look
fucking
at you-
shepherd and a...
Although with cocks, there certainly is a difference.
Everyone look around the room like, what kind of dog is each guy?
Stop.
Yeah,
No, we don't want to do it.
What is this?
Don't
That's-
make us do
that's
that.
fucking high talk.
You've been doing too many morning zoo
Driving to a
shows.
fucking gig?
What's wrong with you?
Right.
I like the half slice thing though, because it's like they have to get slices in pairs.
Right. Like, can
It's
I have
like-
2 half slices?
Can I have a half slice? Will you go in with me? Because he won't give me a half.
He's going with that.
But you know
and
why
the Greek pizza guy hates when they fucking come in.
Yeah.
I get stuck with one half slice. Come in with your faggot friend. I'll give you each a half
Listen,
slice. Don't
Malaka.
make me give you one.
Malak, I can meet you with the half slice.
We haven't talked to Louis since thank you for reminding me, the Rumsfeld thing. Lizard.
Oh, that's right.
That
Jesus.
fucking
God,
thing took
uncomfortable.
off.
Uncomfortable.
That really blew up.
Another uncomfortable day that I really enjoyed. I think you were
That
losing
was
Anthony.
really fun.
Because Anthony wanted the real interview with Donald.
You wanted to be friends with him.
Yes, he did.
He really did, didn't he? Because he was doing a beautiful
I think that's fair enough to
job
say.
of
He did a
straight
great
manning
interview.
the thing.
He did a great interview.
But also, he was
Right?
facilitating me because he kept him from hanging up. He got me
Right. To the place
10
he needed to be.
shots to answer that, to ask that question.
So you left us, and then that video goes viral. Do you get any feedback from that?
Well, I get both. I get some people that
want to
loved
kill
it,
you, right?
And I get all kinds of angry, you fucking unpatriotic piece of shit. That man, like they act like he fought all the wars that he planned. Like he was there.
Just trying to have fun with him.
Yeah, just
Make
having
it a
a
little
good time.
different for him.
And
And
he
it's
has the
animated,
most amazing non-answers of anyone I've ever seen interviewed ever, like in press conference.
Oh, yeah.
At a podium, I mean. Like the most
He's the best at
fascinating.
that. Yeah.
Ronnie, you heard this, right?
Yeah, even the fact that day that he didn't freak out or get pissed or
Yeah.
hung up. I mean, he's like such a pro.
It's because he's an in-control lizard person. He doesn't
Yeah.
need... He could destroy the planet any second. He's here just as amusement. But he could take us all out.
That was an amazing day. Are You a Lizard? It was,
That was
animated.
really fun.
Animated by Coke Logic. So if you follow Coke Logic on Twitter, I'm sure he'll tweet the link for everybody today. What else you been up to? You filming the show? Second season?
Yeah, second season.
Is it going well?
Yeah, except for I'm running out of shit to shoot. I'm writing it myself, so after next week I got nothing. Because I can't write right now. Like, I'm not coming up with any shit.
Go with Half Slice.
It's good,
It's
right?
yours. It is yours.
Good.
We're going to give him half slice,
Give him
Ryan,
half
just like
slice.
that?
And then here's the thing, too. It's like, you have a half slice? No. You got a quarter? And then that'll be, boom, fade to black. You have a quarter, and then we're done.
Right
We're
into
out
Louie
there.
Louie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis just ate. He doesn't want a full slice. Maybe the guy can hook him up with a half slice.
half slice.
So I'm really not that hungry, but I don't want to be rude and not eat.
So how many episodes short are you going to be if you don't start writing?
Well, I just don't have... I mean, I've shot about 7. About a half, a little over half. But it's just, we have nothing. We have a crew. And, it costs us like $90,000 a week just to exist as a company.
You're doing this like we do our radio show? You're just making it up as you go along?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to, but that's kind of
that's
the way
what
it's
I'm
working
thinking.
out.
Louis has
That could either be really...
I backlogged a lot of material, but it melts quick. It's like when you plan a snowball fight.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and you make 1,000 snowballs.
Yeah.
And they're gone in like 2 seconds. After a while, you're just grabbing snow and
Rocks.
fucking throwing it. Yeah,
No,
rocks.
you go to the rocks and sticks. at
That's
that
where
point.
I'm at now. I'm
You seem
throwing
to have
rocks.
a great gift of autonomy. Like you just are able to do the show autonomously. Is
Yeah,
that-
nobody tells me. I mean, I write this stuff and I give it to the producer and we
unheard of.
start.
That's great.
Doesn't exist anywhere else. But it's hard because, like, I wrote something last night because I need shit.
Holy shit.
And
that's pressure.
and I think it's good, but I don't know, and there's nobody to check with. So I can email it to my producer, and we'll be shooting it next week.
Want to tell
but
us-
it might stink.
We could be filters for you. Want to do it?
Well, yeah, but we're on the radio.
I know. Oh, you mean off mic maybe?
Yeah, I'll tell you after,
what we
yeah.
think.
half slice.
Yeah, I can't.
Were you really happy with the first season? Because I thought it was fucking
Yeah,
amazing. I thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I loved it, but it has to be better now. It has to be. It's only
Sophomore
second
jinx,
season.
you're thinking?
Well, I just think you have
that
to.
scare you?
You have to improve for a
Right.
second season.
You've been
have
writing for
to.
so many years, though, man. You know how to not run out of ideas. You've been writing for 30 years.
Yeah, but they run out sometimes.
Oh, not with you.
when
They
you
don't.
need it.
You'll be fine. Always got a script. Always got a brilliant idea. Always.
I don't know.
How is we're going to talk to Ricky in about 3 minutes. We
Yeah.
have to leave, unfortunately. You're going to hear the second half of this sometime this week. It's
Yeah,
getting weird.
if you're lucky.
If you're lucky. But how is the new Ricky Gervais show? You were on the first episode, right?
I think it's just the one. I don't. I don't think it's a series. Is it?
Oh, I thought it was a...
I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm wrong. I don't think they're doing more than just the one.
But I've seen it, and I know what
What's
they
that?
showed.
Why did he stop doing extras?
It was done.
He only
was
does
done with
12
it.
and done.
Yeah, but is the Ricky Gervais show, the animation, isn't that third season now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going a while.
But where he has to be on camera, it seems. Like the original Office was fucking 13 if you include the final, and so is
Yeah,
extras.
now it was gone. And now
Yeah.
Is Ricky coming back to the office? I know he's
I
doing...
have no idea. I don't know.
Let's look in your eyes.
But
Has he
I don't
told
know
you?
anything. No, I don't.
We want a
But
big
no, the
scoop
thing
today.
with Jerry and Chris was amazing.
It was you, Jerry, and Chris Rock.
Yeah, and Ricky.
And Ricky was kind
what
of
a room.
leading the discussion.
Yeah, he was.
And
trying.
what, you guys were just talking about comedy?
For 5 hours, we just sat and talked about comedy.
And then they cut
and
it
they
into
cut
an
it
hour?
down to an hour. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it was intense. It was really fun.
It was interesting, and normally for me to watch comics,
yeah, it makes you puke.
talking
right?
about comedy, there's always one who's going to wax philosophically. You want to spit in his face, but it was really good, man.
That's the way to
we
do it, though.
avoided that.
5 hours, cut it down to an hour. It's
Well,
gonna- it's gonna
Jerry
kick
and
ass.
Chris have something in common that they love comedy. I feel the same way. We love talking about it. And we all just love. I remember every comedian I've ever seen. I remember everybody's bits.
Top 5 comedian. Another list. No, who was one of your guys when you were growing up?
Bill Cosby was one of my favorites.
Storyteller.
Yeah. And Steve Martin.
Really?
I loved, yeah.
Why Steve?
Just he came out of left
fucking
field.
funny, man.
No, I'm just
I'm
asking Louis, though.
There could be more to it.
Because
than that.
some people forget that Steve Martin was an amazing comic and filling out arenas. So I'm asking.
Very original.
It's funny
back
to
in the
listen
70s.
now because it's not. It really was like the context that the stand-ups were doing, like stories or like George Carlin, guys like that.
Love Carlin.
And then Steve Martin just acted like a fucking goof. He was just weird.
Well, and I know what Louis is saying is that when the gong would start for that song, all of our comedy blood just kind of got flowing.
Here's the thing with Steve Martin, though, that was so like amazing is like he made fun of being fucking funny. Like he made fun of the fact that you were even at his show.
Yeah,
it made the whole fucking thing feel nuts.
But are you sure that's what happening, or was he really not that funny?
No.
Or were people just on Quaaludes
That's
laughing
why
at a
I
guy
asked
with
the
an
question.
attitude?
He was.
Because it's like Peter Frampton now. You look back and go, what the fuck was everybody so excited about?
I think he was
good.
better at comedy than
Frampton
Peter
comes alive.
Frampton.
We have
was.
10 seconds, and this
Agreed.
fucking show is going to cut off.
Louis C.K. is a great
It's
comedian.
just going to end like that.
Go to
Yeah.
the next
Why does it have to
CK.
end like that? Why can't we just
I don't
talk
know.
and
Why
stop
does it have to end like that, E-Rock?
Why?
And Anthony, the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.